Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome to Polymorphed D&D. Actually, I forgot to say this before the session. This is our 100th streamed episode.
No way!
Of course,
Should've
it's
told
session
us.
116, which is less special for us, but we celebrated our 100th session a while back. But it is the 100th official session stream. Of course, we'll have those two awkward, middle streams, or one wasn't streamed; it was just uploaded on YouTube. But anyway, when I finally fix our YouTube channel, which will probably take a while longer, this will be titled episode 100. So, yeah, let's go. We've been playing this game for a little while at this point.
Yes, sir.
I checked the drive file last time. It's starting to look insane.
You mean the spreadsheet that I have? Yeah.
Yeah.
We can just give some quick stats here, I guess, to commemorate this. Our longest session is 6 hours, 43 minutes, and 46 seconds, which was session 54 for us. I don't know the episode number. The shortest was one of our awkward in-between numbers. At this point, we've played 309 hours. Actually, these stats aren't perfect because I haven't put in the last two sessions in the doc. But we've played over 309 hours online, which is basically just post-COVID times. So that's quite a high number at this point. Only 164 hours of in-person games in this campaign.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't know what stats are really that interesting, but
I thought it was interesting. I think we are going into a dip of content soon because you could see the average of how we play the months or something.
Yeah, I have those.
Because in June or July.
Oh yeah, December is always one.
Oh,
one session.
Jesus!
Yeah.
Last December was 2.
I mean, two is probably the most we can get.
But it's usually because Christmas and New Year's weekends are pretty much always gone, and then
Yeah, and if there is anything, it's always a one shot. So
August is best month.
Yeah.
That's the most content.
yeah, because that's when historically speaking, everyone has been in school or just not done anything. So then it's it's still summer vacation and nobody's off doing anything anywhere else. So because in July or in June I'm usually gone. In July everyone else usually goes somewhere. So those months are just dead. But then yeah, we'll see. Maybe it's different this time.
indeed.
But yeah, enough stats, I guess. We don't have to go too in-depth about that. So recap of the 99th episode. We started off with Storm and Jaxson deciding not to kill the random guy with his beetle pet and not steal his house and potentially throw him through a tree portal or anything like that. Meanwhile, Dara also quickly visited the Ragon Lanaren's Amethyst, the historical site of the city. You regrouped at the Roper and Cloaker, where Jaxson shared some of his death moss with Delvin, at least. I don't know, I can't remember if anyone else actually took some.
Dara took a small amount, but
Well, regardless, you debated how to potentially use Jackson's connections to Umbra to your advantage, but kind of didn't reach any conclusions there. It was maybe we can fool some people into making them think that Jackson's special. I guess that's kind of true, but using that kind of thing. But Jaxson didn't want to go to the temple, so you then decided just spontaneously, let's just go kill the Inquisitor, Shai Gelshan. As people normally do, just let's just kill this really powerful
That's
person.
the thing we're here for, right? So why
Yeah.
not?
Not false, but I had anticipated some more preparation and careful thinking, though you are the co-workers after all.
Careful and preparation are not synonymous with the coworkers.
They're not in your vocabularies. So Dara disguised herself as an old lady pretending to have been robbed while the others were invisible. Of course, something about this seemed sus to the guards who got suspicious, and the rest of the invisible members of the party decided to sneak in and follow the guard to Inquisitor Galshan's office, where there was a conversation that nobody was able to understand because none of you in the office speaks Undercommon. And you were then caught with some fairy fire, as the Inquisitor suspected that someone might be in her office.
Jaxson butchered his fucking role.
Yep. Though to be fair, she only really caught you guys because she had already been alerted of some suspicious things going on. Otherwise, it would have probably been fine. So the fight started, and it ended up with the Inquisitor fleeing severely injured, and the party being forced to escape as the reinforcements were slowly starting to arrive. Of course, you had to take some different ways out, with Storm and Fritz just kind of like bolting for the exit and running off invisible, while Jaxson decided to go up instead of down and climb down the walls. And Dara, being kind of caught and not being able to sneak out, had to disguise herself as a guard, and with her charisma managed to fool them into thinking that she was one of them, and just walked out that way. You then, after having regrouped at the Roper and Cloaker, decided to continue to search for the Lorarian household that Dara's old friend Brisa is the like matriarch of. Ultimately, skulking around in the higher districts of the city, Dara was able to find the household, and Jaxson also joined her sometime later, having also succeeded with his investigations. There, Dara had a reunion with her childhood friend, and was able to get like caught up on what has been happening in the city since Dara left. Brisa did mention a rebel group by the name of the True Shade that recently killed Inquisitor Galshan's predecessor, among other things, and has been trying to kind of depose the Sisterhood of Shadows. And so that is, I suppose, something of a lead for you guys to pursue. Meanwhile, Storm was unsuccessful to find the Lorarian household that you were looking for, and was headed back toward the Roper and Cloaker, while Dara and Jaxson are still at Brisa Lorarian's place. So, who wants to go first? Storm, do you have anything planned, or are you just continuing back to the Roper and Cloaker?
Nothing planned.
Alright, in that case, we'll still have Dara and Jaxson over at the Lorarian household.
We just had our conversation about the food that Jaxson hates.
Yep.
Understandable, though.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Well. All right. So, Brisa, is it possible that the coworkers could come over here and stay for the night?
I mean, I suppose that. How many of there are you, actually?
Well, including me, we would be. No, I'm just gonna have to think it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people.
6 people? Well, we don't have all that many guest rooms. You'd probably have to squeeze a bit.
Is that acceptable to you, Jaxson?
I mean, you can sit up, so yeah.
He's
It
fine
will
with
work.
I mean, doesn't everyone sit up?
it.
No.
Apparently some of these don't. They lie down on comfy bed.
It's a
Oh.
really comfy bed.
Well, we don't have beds for you.
Mm.
I was just thinking you would want sleeping seats.
So pillows.
Yeah.
I mean, we could use some pillows. It's that would work.
All right. Well, in that case, again, it might be a bit cramped if there are that many of you, but
Do they have a couch?
well, you're kind of sitting, or like this room that
Yeah.
you're in has like 2 couches.
Nice, nice.
They're a bit short for you. You wouldn't be able to like really stretch your legs without them being like up over the armrest, but
Better than the
you
floor.
could make it work. Yeah. I guess you. How did you make your way up here anyway?
Oh,
I used a spell that turned everyone invisible.
Well, fair enough. Yeah, you're gonna need permits otherwise, so makes sense.
Yeah, and I don't think we're gonna get one of those.
That would be the Inquisitors that could issue them. And
Yeah, I
we
don't
could
think
probably
considering what
try
you
to kill one
mentioned.
and write like a
Forge.
paper for ourselves.
They have quite well-recognized signatures,
We forge the signature then.
and their
Let's look.
seals.
And if we are in their office, then we can forge it quite easily.
How many Inquisitors are there, if you know?
2 of them.
Wait.
2.
There are only 2 in which. Oh, that would be quite a success if we kill that one.
Oh god. Yeah, actually.
Whoa.
Wow.
But like,
Wow.
we can't really overthrow the sisterhood because it's in like every city down here.
It would be if you found a way to take down the Shadow Mother.
Right.
And she's low.
I know how. We just shine light on it, then there's no more shadows.
And the Shadow Mother, she was at the Bastion of Shadows.
Yeah, that's
And where was
that's
that?
what I mean. We don't know. Nobody knows, as far as I am aware. But that's the only place that we know that they supposedly come from. That's where the sisterhood seems to have its roots. But it could be
So,
anything, anywhere.
Well, in that case, it seems our current objective is to try to get everyone up here and try to find the shades.
Yeah,
The
right.
true shade.
Well, should you just like send out Florp?
To gather the other ones or to...
Yeah, and then like we wait a while until they're back. Then you fly Florp over, cast invisibility on them. They follow Florp or something.
It's gonna be a bit problematic as there aren't that many. Just a question to the DM. There doesn't seem to be a lot of wildlife in the city, I suppose. Or would it be not? Would it be too obvious if they saw like a large beetle flying around in the city or something like that?
I mean, there are bats. You see
Small
those? Yeah, well, maybe not really. They're quite large.
Maybe.
Can he turn into
Potentially.
a... He cannot turn into a bat. That's fair. I think I'll just have to go and fetch them myself. Besides, I have
Okay.
to make sure to check out from the rope.
But- Oh yeah, right. Well, you don't have to check out. Like, they don't have a tab on you. You can just leave.
No, I'll just say that we're leaving town. To be nice and so. Anyway,
Nice.
Nice.
all right. Well, first of all, let's try to get. Dara starts to. I will just go and fetch all of them, and it might take a while because I'm a little bit limited in what I can do with my invisibility.
Can't you talk through Florp?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you know what? I'll send out
Yeah.
Florp and just
Be
let him have
lazy.
one invisibility.
Or can he only
With
cast
it.
one?
I can cast it. It's like a weird thing that I have to like cast it through Florp. Then Florp can carry the spell with him, assuming it's a range of touch. It's a very specific thing, and
Well, that works, I guess.
yeah.
I would return to the roper and cloaker when invisibility soon goes out.
Very nice.
Send out
Right.
Florp to get there, and yeah. I think I will also ask one more question from Brissa before we can just go to the floor part. And you didn't know where the true shades would be located, I suppose.
I don't know. I haven't really heard anything about them since they took down the last Inquisitor of the Wall.
That's unfortunate. I guess we'll just have to see where we can find them, if we can.
I mean,
maybe they're in prison.
As far as I know, the Sisterhood very rarely takes prisoners, and when they do, they usually don't keep them here very long. They're sent off to the Bastion of Shadows.
Well, I have an idea.
What?
Let's get imprisoned
Again, usually they don't take prisoners, they just execute people.
But if I show off the Umbra stuff, they will like, oh, we can't execute you.
Maybe not you, but the rest of your coworkers.
That's a chance I'm willing to take.
Yeah, I don't think the rest of us are willing to take that.
Oh wait, they will take all of our weapons. Wait.
Usually that's what you do with prisoners, yes.
Yeah, well, we force someone to get imprisoned, and then we follow them. That to the Bastion. That's a good idea.
The Sisterhood, they aren't amateurs.
We are not amateurs either.
You know, they have highly capable mages.
Well, he's quite.
And we have Dara.
Yeah, that's not an accomplishment.
Yeah, I just didn't want to say it to myself. Right. Well, can't we just like overthrow the government like they did? Just like tillbaka kaka?
No.
I don't remember if you were here when I told Dara this, but the Sisterhood planned this coup for years.
Yeah.
They had people infiltrating every part of the government, of the ordinary people, merchants, everything. And then the coup happened overnight, but it was the result of meticulous planning over possibly a decade.
Right. Would you think it's possible to blow the cave in? You know, like.
You mean collapse the entire cave of Shranth?
Just over the, the government building.
Symposium Hall?
Yes. Oh, they all die.
I don't think the most powerful mages in the world could manage such a feat.
Okay, worth it.
The Underdark is... I mean... No. These caverns are ancient, and they haven't collapsed since the world's creation. They're not going
Have
to
someone
collapse now.
tried?
I'm certain that throughout the many wars of the Underdark, through millennia of history, someone has probably tried. But the rock here is insanely compressed. It's very difficult to even mine things down here. Usually that even requires magical means, and to collapse an entire cavern.
So when you build buildings, you use magic.
Usually, or it takes a long time. But Shranth is very old. It hasn't really grown much.
Fair. Well, then I have no clue how we do this.
Start by trying to get in contact with the true shades.
Mm-hmm.
If we know of a way.
Well, let's get Storm and the others.
Yeah,
here.
maybe we can brainstorm a little bit with them.
Yeah.
Storm always has plans, even if they don't even make sense or are particularly useful.
Yeah, let's get them here.
Alright, so you send Florp then.
Yep.
Alright. So, how do you make Florp enter, by the way?
He can shape change.
Right, but like, so how small does he shape change? Like, how small can he
spider
get?
is the smallest.
Okay, an ordinary spider, fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, because I was like, only one room has windows, and I think that was Dara and Arisa's room, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we actually decided on what. If I got
Wait.
the one.
Yeah, they can just follow a spider then, because spiders are coming down here.
Well, also difficult to follow a single little spider, you know?
Haven't
In a crowd of people that
Mhm.
all don't see it and accidentally
But
trample
Storm
on
could
it.
probably follow it.
Storm is storm, but I don't know how well Fritz, Delvin, and Arisa would do.
That sounds like their problem.
Bon.
I mean, Arisa could probably just become a spider herself, so that would be fine. But Fritz and Delvin, again, them barreling through a crowd, they're probably
We
gonna
can hold hands
you know.
or something.
Floor would probably be stepped on, and
Well-
then Dara would need to buy more.
Yeah, true. So, Storm, you're minding your business. I guess Dara, you can speak through Florp, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess, Storm, you just hear Dara's voice in your head all of a sudden.
But I can't telepathically, I suppose. I can speak.
Oh, right.
with my
Okay, it's
normal
actually, yeah, fair enough then.
voice. Hey, Storm,
Uh,
down here.
Yeah.
I found my friend, and me and Jaxson decided that we would want to relocate over there. Okay?
great. And
Go.
how will I do this?
Well, first of all of you need to be gathered in one place so that I can cast invisibility on all of you. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you tell us where it is.
Yes, we have to go to. No, oh god. You go to the noble district, then you go take a left turn, and at the closest gate, continue upwards until you find a place called. Do you really want me to go into detail? And then
Okay,
you
great. I'll
to-
go get the others.
Yeah.
Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah, Delvin opens the door to his
Or
room.
okay, I pick up the spider and bring it with me into them instead. Bam. Okay, so this little spider is gonna cast invisibility on us, and we're gonna go to the noble district. Left turn, and then go there and there and there.
Yeah. Good, perfect. Everyone, you gather up so I can get you
Bada
invisibility.
bing, bada bam.
Great.
Yes, sir, and off they go.
And off we go.
Yeah.
Preferably not to their doom.
Sure.
I will not be anywhere near close Arisa and the Goliath. Great.
Yeah, so the difficult thing, again, is navigating these packed streets as invisible people. Especially when you have two big dudes trying to not touch a single person in the street when they can't see that there's anyone there. Like, invisibly, especially when nobody can even, like, take charge and sort of, like, pave a path. This is very difficult for Fritz and Delvin in particular.
That's why I decided to let them do it themselves.
Yeah. You guys can't make anything simple down here, can you? You
Nope.
just have to, like... Oh, man. Like...
We don't want the racism.
When are we kicking Arisa and Fritz from the party? Can we do that soon? Got my vote.
Oh, I have a plan. We use Arisa and Fritz as bait,
Aha. That's
so they
the
get
plan now.
imprisoned and we follow them. Nice.
Perfect.
No, you know,
Delvin being your favorite, he's like, oh, thanks, guys.
also you want to get rid of NPC Arisa, but you don't want to lose her teleportation abilities now, do you?
Okay, but we can.
Oh yeah, no, we just have to go 4 weeks to get to this place now instead of just teleporting there.
Wait, is that 5th level spell? Then I can cast.
Well, you know,
one.
Dara
It's a
says,
6th level spell.
Fuck.
or can't warlocks do a teleportation?
Not
Can,
this.
but Dara doesn't have one that she knows of that is too long range.
Yeah.
We can start traveling.
We'll just have to ask Schraber to make a teleportation.
That would be so fucking expensive, though.
Yep.
You guys would need like a permanent teleportation item that would cost you like $1 million gold. Well, okay, so
Or a
Delvin
teleportation
and
per-
Fritz are left to basically shove their way invisibly through crowds.
Yep.
The chances of them actually getting where they need to go are slim, to be honest. Because again, they are now left to their own devices to just push their way through crowds. Like,
Yeah,
you guys really don't think before you make these plans up. Okay.
Yeah, that really wasn't the best idea we had.
Yeah, no.
Was
Like,
Devlin going to let us roll?
sure. Delvin and Fritz and Arisa then, or I will say Arisa wild shapes just to not die. But yeah, sure. Fritz and Delvin can on disadvantage make like
Arisa could
stealth
polymorph.
checks.
Polymorph them into.
Can she
like,
polymorph two people?
Or at
Gonna
least
che-
one.
I'm gonna check the spell if it allows multiple casting.
I don't think it's multiple people, but like
Probably not,
one
but I'm just
person
gonna
at
check.
least.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna check another spell. Oh, okay.
Because again, this is not a solid plan. Like, just sending two invisible, like, 6'5" Giga Chads to stealthily evade touch with every single person on the street is kind of suicidal.
They can touch them. It's okay.
Maybe we just do it
Bumping
like
their
this.
shoulders into some 5'3" dude that just, like, falls over.
Maybe we just polymorph Fritz into a bat and let him fly, and then we take a second.
No,
way
we
where we
can't.
go
We
back.
can't make him a bat because they're too big.
A small. Oh yeah, right. we make
So
him into
just
like,
do a fly or something. That's a beast, right?
yeah, like a small insect or something. That would be.
Use a firefly.
Are there any fireflies down here?
Yeah, you know, sure. They exist.
Yeah. All right. Fritz is a firefly. Okay. Now we got that one.
Arisa can just shape change with the wild shape, so she's fine.
Yeah.
And what about Delvin? You
Yeah, fuck
sacrifice
Delvin.
your uncle?
Yeah, fuck him.
Like,
Well,
I know I got you down there, uncle, but you're on your own now. Sorry.
Yeah, we can't babysit him.
Well, I'm trying to. Well, we will just have to do this in 2 waves. We start by moving Fritz and Storm, then we'll go back and fetch Arisa and Delvin. Okay, that works.
Sure.
It's gonna be awkward,
Sure.
but it works.
Like with Storm, he's agile enough to where I'm like, yeah, he could navigate through a crowd. Like, I'm fine with that. Like with his stats. But yeah,
Yeah, but Fritz.
yeah. Fritz and Delvin would just like they don't have that like finesse. You know, they're not used to that thing. They just walk.
Basic.
Yeah, their shoulders are like the width of 2 Drow.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a good thing that we can polymorph them one by one.
Yeah, so you have to do that. It's gonna take some time, I guess, but you
I
can
will
get
also
it
have
done.
to- Yeah, it's gonna cost a lot of spells.
Oh no, you can just take a short rest.
Yeah, for me, but not Arisa.
Yeah, that's fair.
Go.
So Storm gets there first, probably along with you want to send Fritz there initially, or like in the first
Fritz
wave, right?
goes first, and then we take Delvin in the second wave.
So Storm, you make your way over to this place. When you like knock on the door, and there's this like young Drow woman. There's like, yeah, that says something in Undercommon they don't understand. She just says something else in Undercommon.
I just step on in.
Push her aside and just like, but just like shuts the door after you.
Did I have Fritz with me as a bat or something?
Well, it's Firefly just
Oh, that's
sitting on
gonna
your
take a
head.
while. Oh, perfect. Oh,
And then eventually
and then I
Delvin and
punch the wall
Arisa
when I
appear.
come
So
in.
Punch the wall.
Yep, so I'm not invincible anymore.
Vandalize. Oh my god.
Making
this is hard rock walls. You know, they can't be hurt by a single
Exactly.
storm punch.
Well, Storm took damage.
More likely than for him to damage the wall, but considering that it's probably just a light punch and not him
Uncanny
trying
dodge.
to break the. Yeah, true. I don't.
I don't even know if it...
I guess. Sure. Regardless, 0 damage.
The wall tried to hurt me, you know. So
Yep.
I
true.
uncannily dodged the wall that I punched.
Yeah. And so you're visible. She kind of just looks at you and is like,
Yeah.
I walk in.
you have no idea where to go though. She's
I
just
just
kind of
walk.
standing there like. She starts like
just
running
walk.
after you when you like start just walk up to the door and kind of grab to open it. She kind of like steps in front of you and is like points.
I start walking.
She just has to follow you and like constantly like runs up to you, like prods your shoulder and like points a different direction until ultimately you're taken to a room where you find Dara and Jaxson and another Drow woman that is slightly older than the one that greeted you.
Here we are.
You see the other Drow woman kind of like stands up and basically in Southern Common, because she assumes that you speak that, says something like, "Oh, you must be one of the other co-workers. How nice it is to see you. My name is Brisa."
Pleasure to meet you, Captain Storm at your service.
Yeah,
I'm
he
one of the
doesn't
coworkers.
speak any of your languages, but me and Jaxson can translate if.
Yeah, and Arisa has a hat that can help out with understanding at least.
Yeah.
Here's my little
Right.
firefly buddy.
Yeah, so Arisa actually is like standing next to you, still having guided you in there, and the rest of you here are saying like undercommon, like, get these out of here, and just claps Firefly Fritz, who just instantly turns into a big person, and she like falls backwards, just like sitting on the ground, just looks up and is like, weird. I don't think that's ever happened before.
That's Fritz. Another one of the coworkers.
That's Fritz.
He also can't speak any
hi.
other language.
Yeah, and Brisa just kind of like nods and smiles at this point. It's like, well, I would say something, but since they don't understand,
Don't worry, I can translate if you want.
Are we gonna stay here for the night?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes,
now
we're
we got the underground.
Hideout.
We got the outcasts, right?
This is
What,
the
no.
outcast.
Okay, so
It's not
she
the
knows the
No.
shady
There
people.
is no outcast here. There is a rebel group called the True
does-
Shades.
So it turns out that Dara's, like, informant or whatever you want to call it, doesn't know shit.
But well, we underground group at least.
Yeah. We only know it. They're called the True Shades.
We also know that,
Whoa.
unironically, Storm, you made a very good plan that we attack this Inquisitor, because they recently killed the prior Inquisitor that we try to attack right now.
I wonder if they use the same plan as us, and that's why she was suspicious.
Oh.
Yeah.
what plan? Pretend to be an old lady and then
Yeah, exactly.
just go ham?
Yeah, old lady, then go ham.
We're just too strong to need a plan.
Old lady ham plan. Yeah, that's.
I'll just assume that you kind of like wait to have proper conversations until Arisa and Delvin also arrive. This time, like, they just fly straight in, so Arisa is just like annoyed again and like claps another firefly, turns into Delvin. And then Arisa just reverts on her own. And Arisa would probably go straight up to like Brisa and be like, "Oh my god, I've heard so much about you. You're Dara's old friend." Like, introducing herself. Yeah, she would probably say that.
Yeah, this is my wife, Arisa.
Brisa just like looks at you and is like, "You didn't mention this."
You didn't mention that you're gay.
Oh,
Well-
you're one of no.
Well, sometimes to be fair, there was a lot of things to talk about, and
Oh,
You
getting
know-
married wasn't important. That
well,
wasn't the
it
biggest
was
thing
it was
of your life, you know.
It is important, guys. It is important, but I feel like explaining why I'm not dead kinda took priority.
But you took your time to distinguish between the fact that your group consisted of friends and co-workers.
I borrow Arisa's hat. Boom.
Now you understand, but can't speak.
He can understand everything you say, but he can't say anything that makes sense to you.
Right.
Try it. say something nice to him.
What was his name?
Storm.
Storm.
Oh,
Captain Storm.
hello,
excuse me.
Storm. Seems to have worked.
Yeah, it's magic.
Can you guys hear the hammering going on? Our neighbors are like hammering in the wall.
I can't hear a thing.
Pretty sure the stream can pick it up. It's probably just Discord noise suppression that saves you from it.
Maybe. I can try if I can hear it on the stream.
I mean, it's not going on right now, but there has been some noise coming from the neighbors. Anyway, yeah, you're kind of like standing around in this like lounge. Of course, Arisa would just like hand or pass around the like bowl of crickets that she brought last time. It's like, do you people want something to eat?
Yeah.
He wants some crickets.
Oh, but he already has them.
He probably wants
Meant
a bit
like,
more.
do you want
He wants
food
no,
later?
Yes.
That we do.
That
Awesome.
would do. I say, like Dara said it. I guess I can imitate, right?
Well, no, because everything you hear just is like auto-translated into your own
You can
language.
try to lip sync it, you know.
Yeah. You have like a universal translator that only works on one way.
actual-
You can't understand what you say if you were to try to say. It's like one of those weird things.
Fuck.
So basically, if Dara had like a written word in front of you and you said it out loud, you wouldn't understand it. But if Dara said it out loud, you would understand.
You'd have to
Tell her
like
we
take the
need
hat
food.
off and put it back.
I know.
Oh my god. Yeah, we would certainly like something to eat. If it wouldn't be too rude to ask.
Sure. I may need to go out and buy something then, because we didn't prepare for dinner for multiple people.
Dara's rich.
I'm willing to compensate.
And she just kind of like
But
looks
you
at
don't want to
Brisa,
get
and Brisa
boring
just like
parent.
waves it off, and it's like it's fine. We have enough to pay for dinner for our guests. That's no worry. Brisa, maybe you can see if the market has some anglerfish.
Fish.
Fish!
Anglerfish.
Fish.
Marisa just kind of like shrugs and is like, "I'll go in a bit," and then like disappears.
Or Jaxson thinking he's gonna get a fish and he gets whatever he's gonna get.
Fish.
Fish. Oh boy.
Okay, lads, so while I've been gone, have you made a plan? What are we doing, huh?
So we know about the true shades, and we know that the sisterhood takes like sometimes prisoners to the bastion.
Bastion of Shadows.
Yeah, exactly that.
We
one.
don't know where the Bastion of Shadows is, but
Yeah,
apparently no one does.
And probably the only way to actually help out the city is to kill the Shadow Mother.
Yeah, and we're pretty sure that she is in the Bastion of Shadows.
Yeah. And she would probably kill everyone. She would probably kill us.
Yeah. I guess we could try to do a scrying to see if we could find someone, but since we don't know how the Shadow Mother looks like, it would probably not be very easy. Nor do we have any possessions of her.
No.
And yeah, then
We can try to scry on like what was his name?
Shark?
The guy in the True Shades.
Oh, you mean Karasharan?
Yeah, exactly. He's the leader of them, right? And we know about his name.
Well, she's
Oh,
sort
she.
of the.
No,
I thought it was
Karosh
the
is
husband of
yeah.
someone.
Karosh
Yeah,
was the husband of the last symposiarch of Symposium
Okay.
Hall.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I wonder.
So
I must have gotten this. He was.
maybe try on him. Let's try on him, and we could find out where he is,
Yeah.
or something.
I mean, it's
mm,
worth a shot,
mm.
I guess. And
Do it.
Arisa.
scrying time.
Freaking just throwing spells to the freaking like it's nothing.
Yep.
Okay. What is
Yeah,
her DC?
Spell. Let's take a look. It is a spell DC of 17.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she looks into the mirror for a bit and is like, "No, I'm sorry, it didn't work."
Ah. Oh well, it was worth a shot. Brissa, do you know where Karash Haran is currently location is, or where she went after Symposium Hall takeover?
Well, Karosh, he was imprisoned initially, but the True Shades freed him, and since then there's been a rumor that he's their leader.
Do you know where he lives?
No, I mean, he was imprisoned by the Sisterhood. They've been trying to recapture him or kill him. I don't even know if he's alive. It's just a rumor that he's still around. That's all I've heard, is that he's the leader, but considering that he's a refugee, an escaped prisoner of the Sisterhood, he could never show his face in public or he would instantly be captured again or killed.
Yeah, that sounds like a big problem.
He's been, he was captured right after the coup, and he was held by them for a long time. For whatever reason, they didn't move him from the city. That's the only reason why they could get him out, as far as I understand.
He knows a secret.
Indeed.
I mean, he was the husband of the last symposiarch. It's not difficult to imagine that he would be of high value to them.
Well,
If there is something called the True Shades,
yeah.
If we want to,
If we want to what?
catch their attention, let's do some more illegal shit, eh?
Yeah, let's go. Illegal shit.
Well, we did just try to kill the Inquisitor.
Yeah,
Well,
so
more
let's
illegal
try
shit.
to kill the second Inquisitor.
Yeah, exactly.
The one that we were under instructions to not go anywhere close to.
Well,
Because
Why
that's
were-
probably the stronger one.
Okay, well, is there something else we can do that's freaking illegal? That will help us in this conquest, eh?
Well, the prison is a no-go because, well, it's probably not even gonna be that useful, but perhaps,
Do we know where the prison is?
no. Well, the prison, somewhere in the city.
I mean, Dara, you would know that there isn't really like a formal prison, but there are dungeons in Symposium Hall.
yeah.
Perfect!
Maybe we could get closer to
We
Symposium Hall.
free everyone in the dungeons of Symposium Hall, and one of them will be kind and tell us About the true
Again,
shades.
as you've been told, they take very few prisoners, and most of the prisoners they take are sent off to the Bastion of Shadows.
Of course, but someone will be in the dungeons.
Possibly.
Exactly.
That's a
we
bad
hope.
word.
And again,
Oh my.
Symposium Hall is like the palace castle structure that is like just connected to this cavern with like a wall. You know,
Yeah.
you need to break into like the most highly protected part of the entire city
Yeah.
that is used as like
Easy.
the central point of operation by the sisterhood.
We have already like infiltrated a castle twice.
Well, this is not your
Well, then-
ordinary castle.
How
Yeah.
do we know where if we know where the shadow thing is, what we will do with that information? We will just walk over there and kill the shadow queen?
Yeah,
I
we're gonna
mean, maybe
kill
a
her.
little bit more planning than that, but essentially yes.
I think that the True Shades has a plan, and we should try to find them and let them decide what to do because they have been here for longer than us.
Yeah,
And how do
I
we
mean-
find the true shades?
that's the question.
Yeah.
Well, we did do the exact same thing they did last time. They did something, but have the True Shades done anything else noteworthy than the death of murdering one Inquisitor?
You're asking.
Brissa.
She kind of just like thinks for a bit. It's been a while since. I mean, there was the time that they broke out Karash. That
what
was
was
sort of
that?
the first thing that really like put them on the map. But that was probably 3 years ago or something.
Yeah.
We've heard about them every once in a while, but going after high value targets is, I don't know, they're a small group. There aren't really that many people that work for them, I guess.
Yeah, but they were able to kill an Inquisitor, and that's no easy task.
As far as I know, it cost them quite a lot, though.
Yeah.
At least according to the sisterhood, they took out all the attackers. So I can't imagine that the True Shades are just overflowing with capable fighters.
That's where we come in.
I'm sure that's great. I'm sure they would be happy.
Also, Brissa, you don't happen to know where Inquisitor... No, let's just check what the name of the Inquisitor was. Hold on, where is that?
You mean Vashmaran, I assume?
Yeah, Vashmaran.
Well, she's the commander of the inner city, so at the garrison is where she's stationed.
Do you know where she sleeps?
At the garrison in the barracks, in her own personal department, probably, but
Does she ever leave?
I mean, I think so, but I don't think she walks around without purpose, and I don't think she goes for strolls on her own.
Right.
Well,
That's a shame.
yeah, that's a bit of problem. We could retry killing one of the Inquisitors, I suppose, but do we really want to redo something that we
I
already?
think they're quite like alerted right now.
Yeah,
We could just like blow somehow. Some houses. No, we can't do that. Fuck. I've thought about like throwing a fireball onto the big hall, you know.
We can do terrorism.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you considered killing innocent Drow in the streets?
But we're not gonna kill them. Only
Yeah,
government.
we didn't think about that.
Oh god.
We could kill all the. No, okay, that's horrible.
Please don't think about that end that sentence.
The bats.
No, the
Kill all
Really?
the bats.
I thought you were gonna say something even worse than that.
What?
But anyway, maybe if we like just take into. It's not a bad idea technically. Something similar to like take out the Bat Riders.
Mhm.
Actually,
That's a fucking terrible idea. We just need to find
True shit.
we just
Yeah.
true shades, okay? Dara,
Fine.
you are not suspected. You just walk around and speak with people. And look freaking somewhere.
Where is the true shit to everyone you meet?
Well,
That
I guess I can.
might be suspicious, but
Very suspicious, and I might be. Well, actually, that's not too bad of an idea now I think about it. If I get the attention of the guards, that means they're finding me suspicious, and maybe we can beat up some guards, take them somewhere place, and just make sure and interrogate them a little bit. As to what's
interrogate
in-
them with what? What are they gonna give us?
So
Well,
lot,
anything.
I don't think the guards knows a lot because they like.
Your volume just went down a lot, man.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Now.
Now we hear
Sure,
it.
I guess.
New headset.
I don't think the guards knows a lot about that because they are
No.
not part of the sisterhood.
Yeah. If I were an organization that was trying to overthrow the government, where would I be?
You should be an expert at this.
I think we all should be experts at this point.
Go out.
Probably not in Brizza's living room, I'll tell you that
Mingle
much.
with some people, damn.
It's quite
Mingle
hard
with the
to-
weird people. You know the dude at the bar that looked
I'll
like
take a
no
short-
one else? You know, he's a misfit.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
I'll just short rest for my spells and I'll go out and see what I can find.
You know, if we walk out, we're fucking dead.
Yeah.
Because the Inquisitor now knows that it's a fucking Lizardfolk after.
Yeah, he specifically
Yeah,
knows
and
who
a
you two are.
beautiful, gorgeous man, as well. You know, like
That's exactly what she said when she described us to
yeah,
everyone
like
else.
there was like a big guy, a lizard, and a beautiful blonde guy. You know.
Ah.
I want to
I
hear how
overheard her,
Jacob
but-
would have this character describe these characters.
Probably not
I
quite like
overheard
that.
her saying that.
Yeah. Big lad, scaly boy, and whatever the hell that Umbra fellow was.
They
Mm.
don't know. They don't know that he was an Umbra man.
Anyway, Dara goes and invisible into the
Can you
room.
give me invisibility as well?
Yeah, sure.
No.
That-
I can't speak the language here. This shit
No,
sucks.
you can only understand.
balls.
Yeah, I know.
You do you. See you later. I'll find some way I can sleep in this sitting down place.
Hey, we can sleep in the couches.
That's like 1 meter and 70 centimeter.
better than
I
the
am
floor.
188 centimeter.
It's better
Is
than
that
the
exact height of Storm, actually?
Huh?
Is that the exact height of Storm?
floor.
I have it somewhere. But
Yeah.
that's what my guess.
It's probably not far off. I think
I
he's
think
like 6'2", 6'3". 6'2"
Yeah,
would be 188, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
I always thought he was 6'3" or something like that, but I can be
Well,
wrong. Anyway,
Yeah, no shit, Dara. We are quite useless here. We don't know the language. We
yeah,
stick out as a sore thumb, you know, like
yeah.
it's
He's 6'3".
whoa.
60.
Oh, he's taller.
So 191.
Yeah.
Shit.
That that makes it even worse.
What are you still doing here, Dora?
Well,
He's rusty.
Get the fuck out of here!
And we have
I do need to short
we're
rest.
gonna
Did you
eat
understand that?
fish. We're gonna eat fish. We should
I
probably
only
have
have-
prepared.
Did I
our
ask for a hood on my thing? Do I have a hood on my...
food, I think so.
I don't
On your
think so,
cloak?
no.
No, I don't think
Like,
so.
so you have like a coat, don't you? It has
Yeah,
sleeves and
exactly.
stuff. You don't really put
Yeah.
hoods on those.
Me- Yeah.
Can you order me a new freaking cloak with a hood? With some cool ass drow shit? Can you do that?
Don't you have the like
Sure.
spider silk cloak though? The
No, I
Yeah,
gave
maybe?
it away
Oh,
to
you did.
the Lizardfolk, you know. No, the...
Oh yeah, right. Yes, I remember to the Draxonian
Exactly.
Ah,
with the with
right.
the
Yeah,
death
no.
scroll.
Yeah, no, I know who you mean.
Can you go buy me a cloak?
Yes. As soon as
For
I have
a lizard, that's 191 centimeter,
yeah.
with a hood, and that covers my this.
I mean,
The-
like, it would be quite suspicious to say for a lizard.
No, she's not gonna say
How-
that. She's gonna look at the freaking the size.
Could you make a
I'll
hole for a tail here?
Oh fuck! I have a tail. I can't walk around the town. Anyway,
I mean,
Maybe if I just find a very big and fat cloak,
you could
Yeah.
wrap the tail around your leg, I guess.
or
yeah,
maybe
true.
maybe we buy a cloak, then Storm fits it to him, and then we cut a hole for his tail. And
Give me a
then
gun. Okay, just go buy me a cloak. That's you can decide the color scheme. Do you if it's something trash. Yes. Okay. See you later.
Marcus, you're still incredibly low volume. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Jaxson
Oh.
is sick.
Yeah.
You're like
Yeah,
half the
Jaxson.
volume of everyone else on this call.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yes.
Keep a weather eye out.
Indeed.
Yeah. Get the
Thank
fuck
you
out
very
of
much.
here.
Okay, so Storm, are you just going out invisible? Is that what you're doing, or are you
No,
staying?
I'm-
No,
I'm
you
not
are.
going-
You're
I'm
staying
staying.
here, right? Yeah.
Jax, you
No,
got
we-
the tabletop game, that friggin' chess shit.
Yeah, dragon chess.
Yeah, let's forget. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, bro.
Yeah.
Brizza is just kind of like sitting there awkwardly as Dara leaves.
I take up the school. Points to. You got more of
Skål.
those? You got more of them?
She looks at you, Jackson. Is like, what is he asking?
He's asking for another bowl.
Oh,
of crickets. I can understand you, Jackson. You can't
Oh fuck!
crickets.
Of crickets.
right.
Do you have anything that like doesn't taste like anything at all? Just crunch.
The crickets.
I
You
don't
know you can
know.
just cover your nose.
How do you know about that trick?
No, you're right.
You
Now,
know-
now the volume's way louder. That's good. Now I have to lower the volume on
I
you.
was living on the sea in dark times, you know. That's when you have to eat the.
But you don't have a fucking nose. You have like two holes. Like,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Like you stick them. Fucking disgusting, man.
then you eat that freaking sea cucumber and smile.
What?
We
I'd
might,
rather eat that.
we might have some mushrooms that don't taste all that much.
Do you have like fried mushrooms.
Um, I could
the
have
fuck?
them pan fried.
Okay, yeah, that would work.
Damn. So, see this in front of you. Jaxson at the one side of the table eating some pan-fried mushrooms. Storm with the crickets playing some chess. Feet on the table.
Mhm.
Oh no.
It's a
We move the
gaming
pieces with our
night.
feet.
We're gibbing all night because
Yeah.
this is what we can do here. Waiting for my cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for the true shades to appear.
We can believe it.
So Dara,
Dara, do it.
Yeah. I will just have to get myself to the roper and cloaker
right?
invisibly through the part, and if I can, somewhere on the way, disguise self into like one of the guys from.
Okay, so sure, you can disguise yourself before you head inside.
Yeah.
As you do, you see that there's actually someone else here they haven't seen before. A drow man, around like middle age, looks very like unkempt and has these like tattered, damaged clothes. You're pretty sure there's even some like dried blood on them. Who's kind of like sitting in the corner of the roper and cloaker, kind of like muttering something to himself, almost like visibly shaking, with this like empty stare just like straight down into this plate of food that is barely touched in front of him, and some of the like food has been spilled off the sides. He's just kind of like sitting there like whispering to himself. Really like his hands are like on the table and like really trembling. Seems completely out of it.
Question: does he have a drink?
Yeah, there's like a full glass on his table. Seems untouched as well, except for some that has been spilt on the table too.
Well, I really wanted to buy him a drink, but now I just have to do it the awkward way. Well, I walk up towards him.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, fellow, you're all right?
All right. All right. No. No, 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 not all right. No. Never be all right. Not again. Not now. No. No, not all right. Nothing is all right.
You be a little bit more specific than that?
They came down to the village. They killed everyone, everything, my family. Oh, gods.
Who or what?
The monsters, the creatures, the illithids.
Oh. Oh, God. Oh, no. They're here?
Outside Rastrel, that's where I lived. It's they descended upon us. They ate everyone, killed everyone. I was the only one that got away. Everyone else, I heard the sounds. Oh, gods, the noises. I turned to look, but it was too late. Everyone, they had them all. Multiple of them working together. They're not supposed to be this close to the cities. They've grown bolder. I don't know what to do.
You talk with the guards?
They can't do anything. That they don't want to do anything. They can't get to the city. They're surely not. Here, we're safe. They say, I'm safe from them. But what does it matter? The villages, the farms, well, they need us. But the Illithids, they come closer now. They're so bold, so they can't pluck people off now that things have changed. And over the years, I heard the rumors. They said that the Illithids, they come closer. They eat travelers. Even the village once, I don't even know its name, but Rastrel, we were supposed to be close enough. We're not that far away from Sharanth. We're supposed to be protected. We even had a couple of guards stationed there, but they killed everyone. They had the little things, their pets, the pets of the Illithids, the little the creatures. We were helpless. Nobody survived except for me.
God, that's horrible. How did you manage to survive?
I ran. I was working the fields, and when I heard the screams, and I didn't think. I just ran. I'm a coward, but saved my life. I thought maybe someone else would run off, but I don't think anyone did. No one else has come to Sharanth.
Horrible.
I just saw the shapes of them in the distance. At least 2 of them, but there were screams coming from other parts of the village. Must have been more. And with their pets as well. I don't know how many there were. But even from a distance I could hear the sounds. Not just the screams, what the Illithids were doing. I don't know. It's not real. It can't be. Surely not.
You know how many attackers there were?
Oh, I saw 2 with my own eyes, but I heard more. It must have been more. That's not counting the pets, the things, the creatures, the little ones, the ones with the. No, I don't know. Many, maybe.
An entire colony?
I don't know. I'm just a farmer. I don't know much about them. Illithids, we all learn about them, of course, but God, seen from a distance, the sheer horror of them. I can't get it out of my eyes. The memories, they're in there. I don't know what to do.
Just try to get some rest, okay?
I can't rest. I can't. It's also recent still, but everyone I know, they're all gone. Killed by them.
Question to the DM. Restral,
Yes.
how far is it from here?
It's a village that you've heard of. It's part of like the general area. It's probably like having from the walls. If you are quick, I mean, it's maybe an hour away.
Oh,
So it's pretty close by. Again, it's no huge place. It's just a little farming village that you've just heard mentioned a couple of times. But it's like within an hour of. It's like part of the metro area, sort of like with farmland. You know, they grow mushrooms over there, as far as you know.
Yeah. Okay. And it's outside of the wall.
Yeah. It's like from the wall. It's like an hour away.
I just wanted to make sure because I was like, it couldn't possibly inside.
No. But usually, like when you were living here, and from your own experience, you would know that like the Illithids don't go like within a day's march of any of the major cities. They usually like prey upon travelers, people that are like venturing too far from safety.
Yeah, but attacking an entire village, that is...
Yeah, village about an hour away from Sharanth, which is a pretty major city. That is unheard of from your previous knowledge.
Yeah, that is...
And there we have the crash.
There we go.
Oh,
As is tradition.
Of
best
course.
tradition ever.
And there we have you again.
Here we have... Okay. Yeah. Okay, where... Did you hear what I last said? Or should I repeat it?
No, I think you may have.
Yeah. Basically, I just mentioned that it was something worth looking into, and maybe I'll do my best to see what I can do about this situation. Don't worry, friend.
It's
What is your name?
hopeless. My name, Ledrin.
Metron?
Ledrin.
Ledron.
Metron.
Ledron. Okay. Okay, Ledron. I'll see what I can do about this. Perhaps me and some friends can go and check it out and see what we can.
It's all hopeless anyway. The Illithids, they're too powerful.
But better to die trying than running away like a coward, I suppose.
I suppose. He just kind of like zones out completely at that.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty bad, actually. We're screwed.
No
Okay.
clue who they are.
I do. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Very
How bad
unfortunate.
can it be? Like, come on.
Famous last words.
Well, considering how challenge rating seems to work with this party, it's probably going to be fine.
Yeah,
Great.
exactly.
Did Leon die again?
No way.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, that's a great freeze frame as well.
Very much so.
So the two of you with
Playing
the
chess,
others.
man.
Yeah, you see eventually
Can we make
Briza.
rolls? Who wins?
Well,
Oh, yeah,
while
Briza.
you're playing, Briza comes back with the extra crickets that you asked for.
Yeah.
Now that Arisa is gone somewhere, she has to do the serving herself, since her other siblings are nowhere to be found at the moment. So she, serves the two of you. And, yeah, sure. So what game are you playing again?
Dragon chess.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so, oh, there you are, you're back. They're playing Dragon Chess. We're about to have some intelligence roll-offs here.
Jaxson is
Ah, nice.
undefeated.
Bro, Storm could get help from Arisa, and I don't think Jaxson would.
Well, it would still be a advantage is like +5, so that's
Yeah, that
then
might.
I don't think
got
any one of
one.
you is proficient with dragon chess as like a
No.
gaming tools or whatever. So we just do intelligence
Mhm.
rolls here.
14.
Oh, 14 too.
Okay, so starts off very even. You both get like a point for that one.
Is
You're
this,
both going in pretty aggressively, taking. It's first to 3 points here. That's what I'll say.
Uh-huh.
So round 2.
Oh fuck me.
Is Jaxson actually?
19.
5.
Is Jaxson actually gonna lose?
Storm takes the lead here by capturing some very important pieces here on Jackson's board. So it's a 2-1 right now.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Okay.
21.
13. Fuck.
Okay, Jaxson, however, cornered now, managed to do some real like go hard or go home plays that pay off, and so you're down to just a couple of pieces each at this point.
Take a huge bite of crickets. I can't even win then. If that's it.
Natural 20, boy.
Oh.
So 23.
Oof. And so with a massive brain play, Jaxson managed to not lose a single more piece at this point and just like outmaneuvers all of Storm's pieces, setting up these angles that like it was a risky one, but Jaxson managed to like big brain it and set up this like late game positions that it was like, if I can survive long enough and he doesn't realize what I'm doing, then I can just capture all his pieces easily. And so you manage to do that. Storm doesn't realize on time, and while Storm is thinking like, "Oh yeah, I've got this. Jackson's done for now." That's when the plan activates, and you just like take piece after piece, ultimately winning.
You should really watch out for the Dwarven Guard.
Yeah. But I got you with the Drexonian Knight very many times.
But it was all a part of the big plan.
Yeah.
So
Dragon chess, the game. No
Right,
one knows how to
Arisa,
play.
didn't you lose to Storm when he was really drunk or something?
No, Storm lost. No, Storm did when Arisa was
Yeah.
really
Oh
drunk.
right, oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
You
I'm pretty
lose
sure that
Arisa
was
when he was
how-
really drunk.
I think Storm hasn't won a single one of these. Like that was when he just took L after L.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you remember the meme?
Right.
Good
Yeah,
old meme, mate.
I think the only way Storm can win is if he challenged Delvin or Fritz.
Are we about to find out?
I want to see Delvin versus.
Delvin is
Storm.
kind of standing there watching. He's like, "It looks interesting. I've never played this game before."
Yeah.
It's easy. It's just move your pieces and you win and stuff like that.
Do you want to play?
Storm might want to try to get his first win.
Storm, my friend.
I don't want to play against him now.
Why?
Bonding experience.
He just called me the F word once
Okay,
again.
okay. Tell me.
You
just
don't call
him,
me the F word.
Don't ask him without calling him your friend, and it will work.
I will not. I have said it before. Friendship is very important in this world.
Mhm.
It is through close bonds that we are strong.
Well,
Right, yeah.
No friendship speech from Storm.
no. Well, then you're just gonna have to watch us two play, Delvin.
Someday, my friend. Like slaps you on the shoulder. And walks over and like shoves a fistful of crickets into his mouth.
And he just goes off to the push-up contest with Fritz.
Yeah, he goes over to Fritz and is like, "Come now, we must stay active."
I'm like thinking like Goliath, fucking Dwayne the Rock Johnson or something.
Kinda. Man's built, you know.
Yeah. I mean, completely shaved head. Checks out.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much canon now. He looks like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, but has like whitish gray skin.
So now you're gonna do the Dwayne the Rock Johnson accent as well.
No, I barely know what he sounds like. I could not imitate him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Next time you got the accent covered.
No, he already has a voice. I'm not going to change his voice. Episode 100, Delvin unlocks a new voice.
Yes.
Delvin unlocks the Dwayne power. The Rock.
Okay, so Dara, you just talked to this slightly insane man. What's up next?
Well, I'll just make a quick check around here. So we have a barkeep here as normally. Is the high elf dude still around here, or is he...
Not right now, but he's probably not gone far considering considering the circumstances.
Yeah, I'll go towards the barkeep and ask, "Hey, that guy over there, the odd one. Has he been here for a while?"
No, he came here today, not long ago, in just a few hours. I tried to give him some food, but he's barely touched it, and what he tried to eat kind of mostly ended up on the table and the floor.
Did you hear what he was talking about?
Came in talking about illithids. I mean, I haven't pried anything out of him. I figured I should try to feed him first, but yeah, illithids are never good news.
No. Apparently he claims they're pretty close to Sharan.
How close?
Around an hour away from here. From the walls, I suppose.
He's not the first traveler that's come in here following an illithid attack in the last year or so. There have been more and more of them that report sightings nearby, but never this close.
Yeah.
As if we didn't have enough to deal with.
Indeed. Illithid just makes everything worse.
It's just part of life down here, I guess.
Yeah.
It's the reason why I stay inside the walls. Even during circumstances that aren't optimal.
Yeah. Hey, did you also hear about down at the gates? Apparently there was some sort of attack or something. Are the True Shades back or something?
I heard something about an attack. Do you know more about it?
Just heard that someone was attacking the Inquisitor or something. You know, like, sounds like the True Shades to me.
Interesting.
Are you repeating? Yeah. Insight check.
Sure.
What is Dara's insight now? Let's take a look here. It is... Oh, that's actually pretty high. 14.
There are a couple of different kind of emotions that flash across her face. Mostly it's it feels almost like she is more focused on what you're like, the details of what you're saying rather than learning about the event itself. She seems more interested in what, like, you are, how you're presenting this.
Yeah.
There's this kind of like the way she reacts to things. It seems like maybe she knows a little more than she lets on, but she wants to hear you say these things.
Yeah, I also heard some rumor that there were some odd people around, and I think they were looking a kind of scaly person, you know.
Scaly.
Yeah, it's one of weird. It's nothing I've seen down here, but I heard something that he would is sort of resembling a fish or something, you know.
Are you talking about some topsiders?
Yeah, topsiders. Very odd ones.
That's interesting. Do you know where they are? Have you heard anything of where they're at?
Well, I suppose it would be very easy to find such individuals, I guess, but if I hear anything, I'll definitely come and by and say.
I mean, usually people that are passing through tend to come here, so I'm a bit surprised that I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah. But I suppose they must be very good at hiding or something.
I suppose. I guess if they've snuck into the city without permits, then probably don't want to hang around here for a reason.
But
then a good reason.
Then again, if they were attacking the Inquisitor, then I don't think a permit would help with that.
No, but I don't think you're hanging around a tavern if you're not allowed to be in the city to begin with. So that explains why I haven't seen them, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, out of curiosity, what would you do if you were to find odd persons like that?
I'm just doing my job. If you come in here and you order a drink, you'll have a drink. If you got the payment, then I have the drinks and the rooms. I don't really concern myself with the permits and things like that.
Yeah. I suppose so.
What would you do?
I don't know. Probably just let them be. I don't think I can do. I have no strong feelings towards the guards, but I'd rather not get in the way of this. It's up to both sides to come to a conclusion, but I just want to stay out of it, you know, that kind of thing.
Something of a centrist, one might say.
Yeah, those things. You know, the best choice is not making that choice.
Huh.
Yeah. At least that's what I think.
I'll be curious if I hear anything more about this. Thank you for the
Yeah.
information.
Oh, you're welcome.
Are you staying another night?
No, we're gonna see if we could head out, but then again, if there's an illithid attack, I suppose we might want to stay a little bit longer, on the safe side. Just to confirm the rumors.
We usually don't have many travelers here in town, so the rooms tend to be quite readily available. So if you want another night, nobody's going to fight you for them.
Yeah, you know what? I'll pay for an extra night just to be on the safe side, but...
Excellent.
How much would that be?
I am checking my prices here. I never write these down properly. I think it's like 3 silver or something like that. Let me check. I should have it somewhere. I know I did write this down because I didn't want it to turn into one of these situations again, but I have written down like the wrong place.
Don't you have like the players, or is it the Dungeon Master's Guide who has those prices, or is it the Player's Handbook?
Yeah, but I don't know which one I picked for this. There are multiple different price points. That's usually what I base it on, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's 3 silver per room, but I am not sure, and I seem to have somehow not written it down again.
I give 1 gold and hope for the best.
Yeah, we'll go with it this time anyway. But I can
put out 2 golds if you would rather.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We'll go with 3 silver per room. So
yeah. I'll pull out the gold and keep the change.
Thank you very much. Let's see. Can I Control F the document here?
Yeah.
No. Okay, I did write it down, but I didn't write down the exact numbers. Gosh darn it, whatever. This is what we're going with for today. Prices may change. Yeah. It's like hotels, prices go up and down depending on
days, nights, and that kind of stuff.
Depending on if there are events going on nearby.
Yeah, I mean, there's like nothing happening. Who is using these?
I would know.
Yep. So, do you do anything else? Do you continue to talk with her, or do you want to move on?
I'll start. First of all, I will just have to go and. I think I'll go outside, get a cloak for Mr. Storm here.
Yep.
And perhaps buy a little piece of paper, and then I'll try to do something a little bit fancy with a note for the barkeep.
Okay.
Okay. Gotta keep it a little bit hush hush.
Yeah, so you can go out and get a decent cloak to begin with. I'll say it'll be like 5 silver or so if you're going for an ordinary one.
Yeah. I'll give a gold and hope for the change.
Yeah, I mean you can get the change. So what color do you get though? Since that was up for you to decide.
Are all colors available, or is this like just 3 colors?
No, they have most of the colors, so you can suggest something, and if it's something really outrageous, then you're going like, I want neon yellow, then no.
Oh god! I kind of want to ask about that just to give it. No, I'm not gonna give him that. The spider cloak, was it more like it was made just out of spider silk, right?
You mean the one that I used to have?
Yeah.
I think that one had more of like a spooky vibe to it. It was a bit like rough spun.
Yeah. Can I have like I assume most of these are silk, spider silk anyway.
Spider silk tends to be more on the higher end of things.
Okay. Well, I think I'll go with. Is there one with a spider pattern that I can request, like like a spider web type of thing on it?
The lady in the shop is like, oh, well, that would be something more of a special order kind of thing. We could do that with a technique called tie-dye.
But perfect. I would love that. How much would that cost?
Throw in an extra gold and I will have it done.
Yep, an extra gold.
And
how long would it take to make?
I'll have it done in a couple of hours.
Oh, perfect.
So then, what colors? Can I interest you in some of our glow-in-the-dark assortment, perhaps?
How glow in the dark are we talking?
A bioluminescent glow-in-the-dark. It's mushroom extract.
Yeah. Maybe the spider lines can be like bioluminescent.
All right.
If that is possible.
It would be a bit more expensive since that would require the base textures or textiles to be of the glow-in-the-dark dye variety. So I would have to charge you 2 gold for that instead of 1.
All right. Another gold.
Do you want just an ordinary whitish glow for those, or?
A whitish glow would probably be best.
Right, and for the matte parts, the non-glowing ones, the majority of the clothes, what would you like for that?
Maybe a darker one, like dark gray or something like that could work.
Very well. I will have it done then.
Ah, excellent.
And so, in total, that's 2.5 gold, I guess.
Yeah, I made sure to get all of that.
Yep. And so, is there anything else you want to do, or are you?
Yes, I would like to buy a small piece of paper and
Right, sure.
probably a little small pen or something as well.
Yeah, easy enough.
Yeah. And how much would that? Should I just take away 2 copper or something like that for that?
Probably something like that. Actually, a sheet of parchment is 1 silver.
Well, that is easy to do.
And then an ink pen is 2 copper, and ink is actually a bottle of ink is 10 gold.
Well, in that case, I suppose we'll go with that one.
I'll say because it's the Underdark, it's like 5 gold because they have more options for ink producing creatures.
Use your blood otherwise.
Yeah, but it's kind of over the top when you're trying to be peaceful within your message. Keep getting it written in blood, but
You could
we want to
like,
be your
write,
friend.
Sorry, I
No,
didn't
they-
have any ink, so I used the blood of the Inquisitor.
Here in the Underdark, they milk various strange creatures for ink. It's it's weird, but that's how it works. Anything else?
No, that would be fine. And I will try to write a message. Preferably, this would be a good thing to do during a break because it might.
Yeah, because I was thinking that we should go to a break once you're done with most of the things.
Yeah.
So then break time, I guess. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
I'm getting hungry, so it's a good thing.
Yeah, and preferably a short one since we only have 222.
Yeah, we'll try to keep it on the shorter end. So we'll be back soonish. So don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Bye.
Be right back.
But
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah.
So welcome. Hope you enjoyed your break. I know I did. But now there's more content to enjoy instead. So, we're back in the city of Sharanth in the Underdark. Dara has just bought the things necessary to write a letter. So, what do you write on said letter?
I have something written down, and I will let the DM get this when I give the letter, so that the
Sure.
DM can keep a suspension of what is written on this.
Sure.
Oh, shit.
So, then what do you do, Dara?
Yes, I will go back to the innkeeper in the roper and cloaker, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I will ask for a drink,
Yep.
and while we're doing this, I will just, I've got a little note for you, and telepathically tell it.
Ooh.
You should read it somewhere privately.
She just kind of like looks a bit surprised for a moment when she hears the voice in her head. Just kind of like takes it, puts it away.
Yeah. And I'll send this to the DM.
Yeah.
So to keep the suspension about what's on the content of this letter.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the best to not get flamed.
Pretty much. It's such a dumb letter. It's so dumb. I think even Jacob is gonna laugh when he reads this bullshit.
Well, I'm reading it right now. Guys, you're not gonna believe what I'm reading, man. Oh.
I can't believe I fucking wrote that.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, she just kind of like takes that, pockets it, and like puts on a smile and says, "That'll be 2 copper, please."
Certainly. I pay 2 coppers.
Takes it, pockets that as well, and then just kind of like walks off.
Yeah. Is there anything particular of note of difference in the roper and cloaker, or is it just more or less the same after I've done my little shopping spree?
Everything is pretty much the same. I mean, some of the patrons have left and some others have come. It's not very crowded at the moment. It's, pretty, it's not really that late yet. So, most people have yet to come here. You see, as Jaris, the innkeeper, walks off, the younger Drow girl is kind of like running around, taking over, serving people, while she walked off to the back rooms.
Yeah.
But I assume you're just sitting there, kind of like drinking your.
Yeah.
your
I would like to
beverage.
go to the mad lad, I will call him.
Yep.
Even though it's not his name,
no.
it's Lerden or something like that.
Ledren.
Ledren, okay. Almost correct. Almost.
You get half.
I said Lerden instead of
You get
Ledren.
half a point.
And I'll just give some. I'll just try to check on him and that kind of stuff. Like, you should probably start eating a little bit.
Food's gone completely cold and stale at this point, but some more of it has landed on the floor and the table around him. Hardly any seems to have been consumed, if any at all. He's still shaking and trembling, sitting there, just whispering things to himself.
I could be horrible and suggest for him to eat, but that would be pretty horrible.
I suggest you stuff yourself with food.
I suggest you eat it. Oh god.
Vomits all of it. Keeps eating.
Oh god. Oh yeah, that would even work. Oh god.
He's just sitting there completely like absent.
Yeah. That's too bad. He's still alive, right?
Oh, yeah, he's still alive. He's talking to himself very quietly, just saying generic things like, "Gods, they're all gone."
Like a true NPC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just repeating his 5 lines
Exactly.
of his 5 voice lines that are recorded.
Yeah, yeah.
Meanwhile, you hear another drow sitting in a corner who's, for the 8th time since you entered, is like, today is a real bad day, isn't it? Hello.
Ah,
Have you heard of the High Elves?
no, I am not.
These are not NPCs. Well, they are, but they're not video game NPCs.
Must have been rats.
No, so you're minding your own business there, just sitting. Or you stay at his table then, just
Yeah.
watching him.
Yeah, yeah. You know, maybe telepathically give him some words of encouragement, like "not your fault" and things like that, to hopefully break him out of it.
Oh no, I hear voices.
He doesn't react to it. He's either literally just filled with voices in his head, or he just doesn't even realize that it's in his head.
Yeah. Oh god.
You see, you see at this point the young drow girl who's working here, who's been like behind the counter, off in the like kitchen behind the common room, kind of like walks out and goes out the front door and runs off. And a moment later, you see Jairus, the innkeeper, comes back out, kind of like looks around, finds you, and then walks over to where you're sitting, and she says, my bad, I forgot that you ordered mushroom juice. It's only 1 copper. Here.
Oh,
And
there you go.
she reaches out to give you your copper back, and also pushes a note into your hand.
Oh shit.
Yay! Give me that.
And
Oh,
then,
that. Yeah, I'll eat up the mushroom juice. I drink it.
Yep.
Eat?
No, it might be chunky.
No, it's just the mushroom juice. It's not chunky. It's
So basically just water.
yeah, but it has a bit of a flavor to it, like a mushroomy,
flavored water.
earthy. Yeah, it's like earthy water.
Nice. That's the best water.
Yep.
The worst one is the sandy one.
The worst one is melted yellow snow.
Well, that I
That's
still
just
think the
weird.
sandy one is worse.
Anyway, do you check the note, or do you?
I will go up to my room and then check the
Alright.
note after I have drinking up the juice.
Yep. You head on up to the room, and there you find there is only a very simple thing written on this small piece of the note. It just says Ragans.
Gone. So how is that spelled?
Ragan, and then apostrophe S.
Okay.
So it's the possessive form.
Good that you clarified. I was wondering if Ragans was a name or just Ragans.
Well, I will say, I will not require a check for this. As we talked last session, Ragan Lanarin is the founder of the city.
Yeah.
Which
Did it have a monument or something?
there is Ragan Lanarin's amethyst that you visited briefly last time.
Yeah. Well, clearly I have to go to that landmark
So you just head there straight away?
Yes, sir. I'm on a lead, and it clearly is the only thing that can help us.
Gonna get arrested.
Yep.
As you walk in there, you find 5 guards waiting around the amethyst, and 5 more step out to block your path. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
So you make your way back to Ragon Linaren's amethyst.
Yep.
And as you get there, there's still nobody there or anything different about it. All kind of seems the same as it was when you briefly visited before.
Well, I guess I'll wait a little bit,
Sleep.
I can always short rest because at least I have like a spell slot to recover.
Sure, you can do that. So do you go inside the cave and you just sit there, or do you wait outside, or what do you do?
I sit inside.
Yep. So there are some benches carved into the walls that you can just seat yourself on. They're not really that comfortable. There's no padding, just cold hard stone, but it is what it is. You're used to it.
Yeah.
You're sitting there, and eventually you can hear footsteps coming down the kind of stairs or the path that leads down and into the mountainous cliff side, whatever you want to call it, where the cave is. Sounds like 2 pairs of feet.
That's
And
fine.
Eventually, appearing in the opening with kind of slightly illuminated by the faint glow from the core of the amethyst, you see 2 figures that they are nearly identical. A drow man and a woman, both looking rather androgynous in many ways. About 5'10", red eyes, white hair. One of them with short hair, the other one with long hair.
Could they be twins just from an
They
appearance?
look very much like twins.
Okay, I'm gonna write them as twins.
Yeah. Because they are, just looking at their faces, they are close to identical. And they just kind of step inside, scan the room. They're dressed very inconspicuously, just very plain clothes and mostly gray tones. Cloaks over their shoulders, but the hood's pulled down. They look over. The woman says, "You admiring the amethyst?"
Indeed. It was a long time since I saw it last.
You
Been
wouldn't
fine,
have happened to have dropped a note a bit earlier.
I certainly did.
You did. Good to know. The man at this point steps up as well, taking what you presume to be his sister's side. Says, "Well, how about you follow us?
Certainly.
I think there's a thing or two that we can talk about."
I reckon that we do.
Yeah. Of course, first, and he tosses a piece of cloth on the ground in front of you. "I'm sure you can understand, but we'll need you to put that blindfold on."
Understandable.
Whoa.
So,
So it might look a little bit off. And I will just change my disguise self a little bit to match more with my actual appearance.
Right.
Because I
So
don't want to have to blindfold myself up here.
No, but if but you could just blindfold yourself and see.
Yes, but they would probably notice that there's no nose.
Man.
well, so as you do it, the woman kind of walks up to you and like feels the blindfold as it's on.
Yeah.
Like I guess you made yourself shorter, so
Yeah, a
she
little
would
bit.
kind of like assume that there's illusion magic in play if you like tied it above your head as far as it's visible. So she would like go and feel like your face and like, huh, did you put it on properly?
Yes.
Yeah. So then you just kind of get a pat on your back, and you haven't changed your appearance, so it still looks like you don't have a blindfold, right? Like illusion wise.
Illusion wise, it looks like I would say that it looks like I were to put on it so that it would more match a little bit, so that kind of thing. It's not like basically I just wanted to change it so it wouldn't be off if Dara were to have a blindfold over her head.
Well, I mean, it would just drown in your illusion.
Yeah, sure.
So it's more
Yeah,
a matter
sure.
of if you make your illusion look like it's wearing a blindfold.
Why not? I'll let the illusion wear a blindfold. Why not?
Right. So in that case, you feel a cloak being thrown over your shoulders and like a hood being pulled down. It's like, can't go around looking like we're dragging a blindfolded person through the public. And then you kind of just feel someone hook their arm under yours. Like, come on, let's get going. And so they start walking you out of there. And you're being walked for quite a bit. Like, it takes a few minutes, like 10, 15 minutes of just walking. Before you kind of like can tell that there's a door that opens. You're being taken inside. The door shuts behind you, like the temperature shifts slightly, and you're now, inside somewhere. The acoustics around you are also different from the inside atmosphere, with furniture and all that. And the woman's voice just says, "You can take off that blindfold now." And so you take it off, and you find yourself in a room with about half a dozen or so other people, all of whom have weapons drawn, pointed at you.
Ah, lovely.
And the woman says, "You're gonna have to hand over your weapons, of course. Safety precautions."
Yeah, I'll certainly do that. I will just give off my magic items, my very simple weapons that are non-magical, and do I have anything that I need to worry about?
Are you trying to sneak anything?
No. I will not sneak anything in.
All right. And the man of the twins, presumably, just says, "Maybe drop the illusion. You're among friends now." They both kind of like look at you, as well as the 6 or so other people.
You.
All right, bit taller than I thought, but fair enough.
Yeah. I prefer not to stand out too much around here.
Understandably so. Well, please do go on. And he gestures for a door on the other end of the room, and the other people with like weapons are kind of like letting their weapons kind of fall to their sides. They're just watching you cautiously, but kind of open a path for you to continue past them. So I assume you do go there.
Yes.
You open the door, and inside there is this relatively like cozy room. It's warmer because there is like a cooking fire in here. So there is this kind of like warm light. Obviously not too bright for a drow to be blinded by, since it's not true daylight. It's just, you know, a comfortable, warm glow from a fireplace. And you see sitting in a chair is this older drow man with short white hair that has gotten quite thin with the years. This very lined face looks like he has seen quite a bit in his days, and he's sitting there in this like armchair, half facing the fire. There's like a blanket over his lap, and you recognize this as Karosh Heron, the former husband of Symposiarch Margot's Heron.
Yay.
He looks over at you as you enter, and kind of leans back a little bit in the chair. Studies you for a second. Well, if I'm not mistaken, you are the Raethran girl.
Indeed I am. And I presume that you are Karosh Heron?
You are correct. It's been many years since I saw you, but I still recognize those traits of your mother. Besides, not many half Goliaths around here anyway.
I would expect it to be so.
I heard an entire Raethran house was wiped out, but here you are, years later. Must have left the city, if I'm not mistaken, then.
Indeed. I left the entire Underdark, as a matter of fact.
Can't fault you for it.
Well, Upside has its own issues.
I can imagine that. But you have returned. Years later, you are back here. Why?
I wish to come back, to liberate my people, to give them a chance of the freedom that I have gained by running away.
You are here to fight.
Indeed.
I understand that you and your co-workers were involved in the attack.
That we were.
You working with anyone from down here? Or are you on your own?
Well, we're mostly on our own. I have a civilian friend, but only for shelter.
I'm gonna need names, girl. Not a lot of people to be trusted down here.
Yeah. It is Brissa Larar. What was her name? Lararian. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's fine.
Lararian.
It's fine. You're correct.
Yeah.
I was worried it was going to be another one of those aneurysm moments where everyone's butchering. Even I got brain fried last time after hearing all of you go.
Lararian. Lararian is so hard to remember.
Lararian, whatever.
Lararian. There are too many R's in that name.
Well, I don't know anything about her, which doesn't say much, but at least she's not a known affiliate of the Sisterhood. One of the new houses, I believe, at least more recently established.
I trust her with my life. Is that enough for you?
I'm glad you do, but no. I wouldn't go trusting anyone with any important knowledge. I will perhaps choose to trust you. Your mother was a good woman. And so if the Raethran name means anything, then it should mean that at least you're not going to go on and become one of the Sisterhood's agents. No. You clearly return to do some good here. I will trust you on that. And assuming your co-workers are a bunch of topsiders, I see no reason why they would run off and become operators of the Sisterhood neither. You lot I can accept into my midst. But this Lorarian, I would leave them outside of this.
I will not get her overly involved.
No involvement at all would be to be preferred, but I can't stop you from running your mouth if that's what you will do. Your co-workers, you say?
Yes.
They are capable fighters?
I would certainly say so.
Good.
In fact, I would probably say I'm the weakest one of them.
Ha! Doesn't say much, I haven't seen your skills.
Humble.
But I will assume that bodes well.
Indeed. They're quite strong in many regards. We did not even go full force against the Inquisitor that one time. But we underestimated her quite a bit.
I would know what that is like. We underestimated the power of the Inquisitors ourselves, and we paid dearly for it. The people you have encountered are just about all that's left of us. Not a single one of us is a particularly capable fighter, least of all me. No. We are in dire need of assistance. So you come at the most opportune of times.
Well, I'm glad to hear it, because we're in the utmost dire need of direction.
Direction you can get. That's just about the only thing we can provide at this point. We have plans we had during our last attack. Plans that if we'd pulled them off properly, we may have been able to weaken the Sisterhood's grip on Sharanth and get us one step closer to finding the Bastion of Shadows. But, as you yourself said, you underestimated the Inquisitors, and so did we. The man that led the attack, Dara, may have known him, you may not have. He was a god at Symposium Hall before the coup. He was the one that freed me from the Sisterhood's shackles after 2 years of constant torture. I owe the man my life. He lost it, taking down the last Inquisitor. We
noble
didn't.
man indeed.
The noblest of us, I would dare say. But it didn't matter. We couldn't go through with the rest of our plans, and so it all fell flat. Sure. Inquisitor Messinia was dead, but what does that matter? Our rebellion was just weakened by it. She was replaced in a week, and what did we have to show for it then? Nothing. No, we need more.
You had quite even if it was a failed attempt, you did defeat an Inquisitor, and that's no easy task.
Certainly not, but it doesn't matter in the end. If we can't free Sharanth, there are no participation trophies to be given. I want the Sisterhood destroyed in its entirety. I want Shadow Mother Verizara to pay for her crimes, if not by plunging a dagger into her myself than just see to it that someone else does it.
And I would nothing more to help you in that regard.
It gladdens me. Before I will assign you any tasks, I would much like to meet with your allies.
Of course.
I believe that could be valuable.
And I certainly agree with that, with such an assessment. It might be hard to get meeting all at once, because it takes a lot of efforts to transport all of us in the city.
Very well. But if it can be done, then I would like to meet with them.
Of course.
They are topsiders, you said.
Yes.
Where from? I know a thing or two about topside geography.
Well...
Dawnlanders, Draxonians, Icebounders, through Trine Imperials. Where are they from?
most of them are from the Dawnlands, up on the northern part. One, my uncle from my father's side, is from the Icebound lands. And then we also have a fellow from Draxonian.
They speak Northern Common then?
Yes, all of them do.
Hmm.
A few know Southern and, of course, Undercommon, but most
My
do not.
Northern is a bit rusty, but I'm certain I can make it work. Bring them here. Go. And we will discuss the plans of how to proceed together.
Excellent.
And try not to speak too much to this Lorarian.
Very well. That can be arranged.
Excellent. Well,
Forgets about her wife once again.
Yeah.
Northern Dawn World, Draxonia, and Icebound lads.
Dawn
no,
World
she is from the...
Dawnlands.
Well, Dawnlands are just like the what people outside the Dawn world say.
She's from the north?
Yeah, she's from Andronia.
Arisa.
Northern Dawnlands, yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So basically, I just said, most are from Northern Dawnlands, because I don't think he would remember, like, Tromera, and then...
I thought it was
Majacia.
Yeah.
Nah. Green, but wrong green country.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it's up north.
Yeah. No, Andronia, she's from Western Andronia, which is part of the north. So, you're basically sent back out. You see the other people.
I'll also double check. Do they want me to come back to Ragan's the Amethyst?
Well, we'll get to that. Because as you walk outside, you see the two twins are kind of sitting by the entrance. And the woman says, I suppose that went well for you?
Indeed. I'm to fetch the rest of my coworkers.
Well, bring them to Ragan's Amethyst. We'll come pick you up.
Certainly.
And they kind of get up from the floor and step aside, leaving you to walk out the door. And just before you do, like the man just puts his hand out and says, "You are being given a lot of trust here. Don't screw it up, okay?"
I will not.
Sisterhood. Hello.
He just pats you on the back then. And,
Goes directly to the Inquisitor. Hello, I will report a crime.
I would like to report a crime.
And he steps to the side and leaves the door for you to walk through.
Excellent.
You're still in the lower parts, but quite a ways removed from Ragan's Amethyst.
but you can relatively easily figure out where you are and where to go from here to make your way back.
And 1 invisibility to get through this.
Yep.
It's just
So
gonna be
you-
a conga line of spells.
You head back to where you need to go, and you find Briza's residence. At this point, right around the time that Dara would be returning, you see. I assume you're still playing chess, and the buff
What are you gonna
boys
do
are,
about that, Jax? The Jacksonian Knight is owning you.
The Carnarvon dragon is
No, fucking dragon. What is it doing?
it's flanking your Osirian queen.
What are these pieces, man?
Oh shit. Underdark Bat comes in and defends
But
the
but
queen.
man, do you know it's daytime right now? It can't see.
Well, it tries its best.
It has disadvantage.
Yes,
No
it has
match for the
disadvantage.
dragon, man.
Okay, let's check. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see what
Okay.
happens. 4.
16.
Oh!
Oh!
This stupid ass bat. Oh, Dara.
Oh hey.
No, so as I was saying, around the time right before Dara comes back, Arisa comes back inside the room and says something in Undercommon to Briza, and Briza at that point says it in Southern Common to you, Jaxson. Well, my sister has been so kind as to prepare the food.
Fish. Fish.
So please, if you would like to follow us.
I said Northern Common. I fucking hope this is a normal fish, man.
No.
You're taken back out into the like courtyard, and you cross over to the house directly opposite it, or the building as part of this little mansion complex. And you're taken over there, and at that point you hear a little bell ring in the direction of the front entrance, and Arisa goes running off in that direction, and of course lets you in, Dara, and you are taken directly to the dining hall. And inside the dining hall you find on this long table a fish about 4 foot long. There's this angler fish with these awful crooked teeth, like 3 lines or like rows of teeth, all of which are like crooked and sharp like razor blades. It has this little like angler glowing thing hanging in front of it that is still giving off this this light even in death. These big angry looking eyes that are just like emptily staring out at all of you inside this room. It looks horrifying. It's like an anglerfish, but slightly worse.
Jaxson takes a seat behind the fish.
Yep. The eyes kind of protrude off to the side, so it almost still looks like it's like seeing you out of its peripheral vision.
I just hope
Yeah.
it tastes like a normal fish.
Yeah.
Well, you're about to find out.
Well, Storm, a fish. You do love fish,
This is
don't you?
gonna be amazing. I've never seen such a scary fish.
Arisa says in the undercommons that only you.
Hey, Storm understands.
Oh yeah, you're still wearing the hat. she says like, I only cooked it to rare. I hope that's fine.
Well, Jaxson does not know.
Brisa is like, of course.
That's fucking horrible. Oh my god.
Dara,
Rare fish.
I can't remember. Did you prefer medium rare, or what was your preference?
Well, for this one, I actually prefer rare.
Great. I should have remembered. Yeah, personally, I prefer medium rare for anglerfish, but my siblings, you know, they tend to prefer rare.
How is it laid up? Do you like have
It's
a
just a
spoon and
full
take
fish. There's
we,
this like
we
big.
just eat from it?
No, there's a big knife that you can like carve out a piece, and there are plates for everyone to. Just,
okay, nice.
So you just like reach over, carve out a chunk,
Yeah.
and then put it
Let's
on your
do
plate.
Which part is the best one of the anglerfish, Dara? Huh? What are you saying?
You would probably like to get a lot of the gut. That's probably the best part. Like around the stomach. That's the juicy part.
Great, okay, great. That's the juicy part.
Worries would ask an
Jax, you want me?
undercommon again and just say, does anyone want the tongue? Could you ask your people?
Hey, Jaxson, do you want to have the tongue?
When I see that it's not fucking cooked.
There's
But
like
you know what? I have had tongue before. It might be good. I could take the tongue because
He
you know,
wants the
like,
tongue.
yeah.
all right.
I'm going to need to eat enough as well.
You see, like Marissa sticks her hand inside the mouth and just like tears out the tongue with her hand and just like slaps it onto your plate.
Does it look like a meat, or is it like?
I mean, the tongue is pure muscle, you know, but it is very raw. The tongue itself is just like a slaps onto there, completely like wet and moist and sticky and gross. It's just like a big tongue.
Just use the trick I told you.
I can't do that right now because you know I'm not going. It's rude.
Yeah, true.
I can explain words.
Jaxson openly complaining about the food. Also, yeah, I can't hold my nose because it's
No,
rude to do that.
no.
Brizza, as you're sitting here, just says, I think Rezan and Arisa are both out on errands and whatnot, so they won't be joining us today. But I'm sure they would be happy to see you if they come back before you leave, Dara.
Indeed. I would love to meet them again.
Yeah, they've gotten older, obviously.
Yeah.
Jaxson, this tongue is just like taunting you.
Is it only fish or is it something else too?
It's a fish tongue.
Well, like, is it only the fish that we're eating, or do we have any sides?
Oh yeah, there's some like mushroom stew to
Yeah,
take.
I'm taking some stew as well, man.
Yeah.
That might be okay actually.
Yeah, there's obviously some bowls, some small bowls of like insects. There's a bowl of some strange, sludgy sauce thing.
Is there anything dry?
Well, there are mushrooms that are not stew. There's a moss that doesn't look like death moss.
Yeah, I'm taking some moss as well.
Yep. Sure.
I need to make the tongue not as tonguey.
Sure.
Onion.
Yeah.
Yeah, those of you that just carve into like the side of it, taking like the meat of this anglerfish, like it's, if you like carve out a slice right by the like scales and the skin or whatever, it's pretty like cooked. But obviously when you get closer to the middle, it's very raw.
Yeah,
Very
never
wet
heard friggin' rare fish.
It's sushi. Demi sushi.
It's
Do
like
you have some rice?
semi-cooked.
Huh?
Oh, no rice down here. Damn.
No.
Of course not. Where do you think we are? Drixonia?
Okay, Dara,
Yeah.
tell us, how has the adventure been? You were gone a while, you know.
Well, first things first, the important one. I managed to get a cloak for you. It's gonna be done in a few hours,
Oh, great,
and
nice.
you're probably gonna like it.
Woo!
I put a few gold in it, so I hope it's up to your standards.
A few gold.
Yes.
How much gold?
2.5.
Yeah.
That's what I
You'll
spend on my
you'll get
stocks.
my cash when I see it.
If you like it, I'll. If you like it, you can pay me. If you don't like it,
Great.
you can.
Now Storm is
Hey.
gonna say that he hates it just to save money.
Yeah.
Insight check. Do you hate it?
Dara, you suck. How could you possibly think that this
Yeah,
cool? I
okay,
mean,
see out. We out.
it sucks.
It's so trendy and looks good and. Yeah.
It's
But anyway,
just my style, and it's really nice quality and everything. I hate it.
Yeah. I also managed to get somewhere in our. Oh, maybe I should take that smaller one as well. Oh, so apparently, unrelated to everything else, I met a survivor from a certain village nearby that which village was under the attack by illithids.
What the
Oh.
fuck is that?
Who gives a shit?
Well, they're like very powerful creatures that usually do not go anywhere near the
Yeah, but
cities.
like, I understand it's a creature, but like, what type of creature?
Well, they're like humanoid with like a slimy head with like these tentacle things coming out of it. Kinda.
So a squid.
Yeah, something like that.
Squid is nice to eat.
Yeah, that's
And they
true.
also eat people's brain.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh. Well, I am not fond of brains.
Are you fond of your own brain?
Yeah, it's quite awesome. Undefeated at Dragon Chess.
Yeah, they would probably go for you because you are very good at dragon chess.
Yeah, I will beat them in Dragon Chess then.
That wasn't what I intended.
If I win, I get your brain.
And if I win, I get your tentacles.
Deal. Intelligence 30, just like stomps you in the rolls.
No. Then I kill him
Proficient in
afterward.
dragon chess. That is a 34.
Expertise in dragon chess.
Yeah.
But you know, I cheat.
Uh-huh.
They never said you couldn't cheat.
They also cheat.
Maybe by having someone vibrating the
Yeah,
correct moves to you.
That, exactly. Mhm.
Go to Schraber, like, do you have any magical items to help you cheat in dragon chess? And he just goes like, well, you might not like it, but there is one option.
Jaxson will like it.
Well, there
Okay,
we
one
go.
more.
Okay, but
Why
anyway,
would we be bothered by that?
because, well, it's gonna be. Well, first of all,
No, 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 no. First of all, no,
Uh,
that was last of all.
So like, we
Oh,
don't
there
have
we
to. Like, it's not our problem. We're inside the walls.
well, if the thing is, they're never this close to the walls in the first place, and that is not a good sign.
That will
Sounds
not...
like the guard's problem. The
Sounds like it
sisterhood's
could be-
problem.
Sounds like it could be our problem very soon
How?
if they come closer.
Yeah, then the guards will attack them.
Well, if we destroy the sisterhood, then they come.
We let them come before we destroy the
No,
sisterhood.
no. That's gonna be too long.
But then we leave before they come.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
Anyway, we might need to look into that later on. But the most important thing, I think I have contact with the True Shades, and
You think?
well, I do.
Oh,
Nice.
I just
yeah,
used
nice.
diplomatic
Should have started
word.
with that.
Well, I thought that the cloak thing was very important for Storm to have reassurance
Mm.
on, so, you know.
Do they have good fashion down here? I might buy something too.
They
Well,
have
I-
interesting fashion, at least.
Well, look around, see what we all wear here.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
gonna wait until I see that cape.
The thing is, like,
Or
usually
robe, or-
down here, like, the colors tend to be more muted, but they do a lot with shape. So the clothes have a lot of, like, interesting shape to them with how it folds and the kind of patterns that are sewn into it. That's very interesting. But
You might
yeah.
you might also be interested in the bioluminescent clothes.
Oh,
Oh,
that shit I want. Yeah.
It's quite interesting. I actually did some bioluminescent parts in Storms, so, you know.
oh
So
yeah.
you can see for yourself how it looks.
You might have to go on a shopping spree for me.
I assume I will.
Nice.
Let's
Yes.
just take down the Shadow Mother, and then you can walk around and shop for yourself.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
What?
Anyway,
I'm
yeah. Anyway, they want to meet us all. So basically, after we have eaten, I'll take all of us, get over there, and we'll talk with. We'll get some conversation going.
No, Jaxson, it's disgusting.
Okay, when are we going over there? Are we going there today?
Yes, we are. After
After-
dinner, we can go.
Do they have wine here or something?
Oh yeah, there's wine.
Okay, so with each bite, I will drink wine, and just so it will taste like the wine we said.
Yeah, so the issue with the fish isn't the taste, it's the texture.
Oh.
Because you're eating tongue.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
yeah,
raw
probably.
tongue.
It's like making out, man. It's alright.
Yeah, and you're chewing it.
Yeah.
Well,
Then-
that's how Jaxson does it anyway. So you know.
You want me to help you with that, Jax?
You could have.
Lay your hand flat on the table. Okay, let me show you a trick.
No.
Please don't
Inside
stab
check,
me.
inside check. Oh,
What are
fuck
you
me.
inside?
If you have any bad intentions.
Make a persuasion check, Storm. And,
Yeah, okay.
You won't beat this man.
Yep.
Persuasion.
Yeah, that's 12.
7.
Storm seems pretty persuasive. Doesn't
Put your hand flat on the nice,
Yeah.
okay? Then you take a bite with your other hand.
Oh.
On your hand with the flat side of the sword. And now you'll just feel pain instead of the...
Thank you.
Hey, you won't?
Okay, I will do this. I will slice it up and then I will put moss around it so it feels like moss when I bite it.
Sure.
Nice.
Someday you'll learn.
Nothing really makes it good. Also, the moss is really like sour tasting. It's almost like lemons.
Lemons are nice.
Sure, it's not quite though. There's a different taste to it, but it has the same kind of sourness to it.
Jaxson is like, okay, this is almost edible.
Almost. Is yeah. Mhm.
Tell them the anglerfish was lovely, but now we
Yes.
have other stuff to attend to. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. The anglerfish was very lovely, Storm said, but now we have other businesses to attend, so we have to start moving a little bit.
As you say that, Arisa just kind of like glances over at Jaxson and goes, "He hated it."
No.
You don't know what she said. She says it in undercommon.
He said that completely unrelated, just that, no, I don't want to eat this anymore.
Yeah, he's sitting there nodding. Yeah, I hated it.
Well, Jaxson.
This was so good.
Brisa looks at her sister, looks at you. It's like, I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you.
She does not look convinced.
No one does.
So, Dara, are you staying here the rest of the day, or are you going out again?
Well, we should go out. We and all of the coworkers should go outside and meet up with the shades. You know,
Oh,
it's kind of important to do it pretty soon. So
I see. I didn't know that you had established contact with him.
I did, but it was through a very risky method.
Well, all right then. Good luck with that. You were talking
Inside
in
check.
Northern Common, and she obviously has no idea.
Inside check.
What language do you?
Oh, yeah, I
Say
understand
this,
everything.
Helmet.
True, you do understand it. Yeah.
Maybe would
That'll be a
inside check.
17.
17.
Yes, sir.
I mean, she seems a bit concerned, probably, is the best way of putting it. She probably doesn't want shade activity under her own roof. She's probably more so concerned that she's gonna get involved in all this, dragged into it.
Yeah, and also they don't want us to involve you or your family too much, so we might have to part ways a little bit, you know, for
I will admit I would prefer not to get involved in any of this. Of course, you know, you're always welcome, but perhaps it would be best if you find someplace else to stay after tonight then.
Yeah, I'll see if the shades can let us stay there or something.
Right. Well, you're of course welcome to visit whenever you need to. Just please don't drag any shades here. I know that they're I know that they fight for the good of Sharanth, but I have to take care of my family, and I don't want their lives to be put on the line.
I understand. But you did enough. You have done enough for us.
I don't think you can ever do enough with anything in this world.
Perhaps. But you can always try.
And try I have, and try I will. Good luck, Dara. I hope we see each other soon again.
I certainly hope we will too.
Well, as I said, you're still welcome to stay the night, but perhaps in the morning you should...
Yeah, well, since we have to transport all of ourselves, I think it's probably for the best that we find other shelters for the night.
Very well. Maybe you'll find someplace with beds then. It just says that in Southern Common, at least.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we will. Maybe we will.
I'll see you soon, Dara.
Yes.
And good luck to the rest of your coworkers too. And your wife.
NPC noises from Arisa.
Sims NPC noises.
True.
I prefer not to roleplay Arisa too much.
Yeah, no, that is fair. That is why I tend to just take over the role playing parts.
Yeah.
Whatever little bits
I just
enjoy.
make suggestions for Arisa mostly.
So you wrap up the meeting or the dinner, and
sir.
you head out. I assume you make everyone invisible again.
Okay, so I can make 4 people invisible, and then I can disguise myself. Oh god, I have to... It's so awkward with this whole barrier.
Well, there is you do have a hat of disguise, right?
Yeah, but it's like we're to get through the inner circle.
Oh yeah, true.
So basically, I could do it like this. I cast invisibility on...
I'll say this, as far as you can tell, they tend to check people going in, not people going out.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
I leave 3 gold on my where I was sitting.
Sure.
Oh, that's cute.
And then
Well, technically, it kind of... I can actually do this. If I don't want to do that at all, I can just invisibility on 4 people. Arisa can polymorph Dara. Arisa can wild shape, and then everyone.
True.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yep.
But I'll go for that.
Yeah, that is simple enough. So you do a bit of a chain of invisibilities and disguises, and who is getting polymorphed then? Because it doesn't have to be you, Dara.
Maybe I can polymorph Delvin in that case. And
It's probably better to get rid of one of the big boys.
yeah, Delvin.
Yeah. So Delvin gets polymorphed. Arisa wild shapes, and the rest of you are invisible.
Yeah.
Because then the invisible person or the caster of the invisibility is also with the invisible group.
Yep.
Yeah, so Fritz is still a bit of an issue, but I'll say at this point the streets aren't as densely populated because it's getting late-ish, or it's like around dinner time, so people are mostly away eating somewhere. So you can make your way down to the place where you met with the True Shades. It was this ordinary building, just kind of sandwiched between other similar buildings. Nothing that stands out about it at all. Just a lower city average house, pretty small, but good enough, so to speak. So you're taken there, or you take the party there, and you head to the entrance. You knock on it. You see this little mini hatch on the door is open, and you see a pair of eyes, red eyes, looking out, and then it's closed, and
Well, you're invisible still, actually. I
Yeah,
assume.
well,
Or-
we will probably drop invisibility for that.
All right, sure. So as you get nearby, you drop the invisibility, opens, looks out, closes, unlocks the door, and just ushers all of you inside. And again, all the people in there kind of like put up their weapons. You see, the rest of you also see these twins now, and the man of them goes and says, "You know, you're gonna have to hand over the weapons.
Just give over the weapons. They were very nice.
Your
I
friend
thought
did
they
it.
trusted you, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they trust me. They
We
don't
are the
necessarily trust you.
coworkers. And you are one of the coworkers, then you trust all of us.
You'll be getting them back.
We just
Don't
give them
worry.
a big pile of weapons.
I'll give them my 2 string swords.
I kind of feel like for Jaxson, have any of you seen the movie Sinbad, the animated movie?
No.
No, there's like one guy where in a party who has to give all his weapons and just continues giving out weapons until he has to leave the party.
Have you
I feel like
seen
that's for Jaxson.
Hobbit?
Oh,
I have.
Yeah.
What is he called? I don't even know my favorite character. Nice.
I don't know who your favorite character is.
He got all the weapons. What is he called? Fuck.
I don't know.
The weapon
I
guy.
don't remember. It's been years since I saw The Hobbit.
Yeah. I don't know.
The...
Probably like Feel Your
Indeed.
Killy. I think
Exactly.
it's one of those.
Keely and Feely?
Feely and Keely is usually how you say it.
Oh.
Really has.
It sounds better with Feely and Keely or Keely.
Yeah.
Than
Okay, I give him 2 swords.
So are you trying to keep weapons on you then?
No, but that's all I think of when I
Yeah,
think
so we
of
keep his
swords.
necklace on him.
Or things.
They basically want you to leave like just about everything that isn't the clothes you wear, so like your
Oh,
bags
so I
as
can't
well.
bring my necklace.
No, I mean they wouldn't try to take that from you,
Okay.
but
Nice.
your bags and things. You
They
know.
would take my bags.
Yeah.
All these motherfuckers.
You can
I'm
probably
gonna
take
kill
out
them all
Tornado.
right now.
I leave the bag also.
You leave
with a-
Tornado.
No, of course not. He's sitting right here.
See
He's
the
sleeping.
you see one of the twins just goes like, "Oh, was that one also part of the coworkers?"
Of
He's asking
course.
if it's.
He actually says it in Northern Common.
Oh.
Of course. Tornado at your service.
And
No, there.
this one as well.
Pilly.
What is that?
It's gross, isn't it?
What is it?
It's a dove.
You see the other twin
That's
steps
such a
up and
stupid name.
says like, "Huh? Wait, isn't that a pigeon?"
I mean, it's a pigeon.
I think I remember that. You know what Mom told us? It's like, oh yeah, true. Yeah, it fits the description.
Hmm.
Huh. You have other things like that on the surface, don't you?
Yes.
Like bigger ones and colorful
Yeah.
ones and...
I do minor illusion.
Oh. Wow, look at that. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, you should probably head inside and speak with Karash. He probably doesn't want us to keep you here talking about pigeons.
Of course.
What? Is he not gonna talk about the pigeon?
Why are we here then?
I think Karash probably has better things to talk to you about, but if he wants to talk about pigeons, then pigeons it is.
Yeah.
Either
Okay,
way,
we walk in.
you should head inside. So you're also ushered towards the room that Dara was in before. And just like she saw before, you also see this elderly drow man sitting there, blanket over his legs, in the armchair. Looks over at all of you. as the door shuts behind you. Ah, well, so this is your group.
Yes, we're all the coworkers.
And that's what you call yourselves, huh?
Yes, sir.
Not very creative, but it will suffice.
You can come up with a name for us, and we will use it.
Well, Jaxson, we do know that we're gonna eventually change it to Cohort of Heroes when we want to rebrand ourselves.
While you are here,
Something splendid.
you are part of the True Shade. So whatever you wish to call yourselves in private matters doesn't matter while we're working together.
Excellent.
I have been told that the bunch of you are behind the attack on the Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Indeed, most of us.
Very curious. How long have you been in the city?
I think this is our second day or something.
Yeah, second day. But we came a little bit late yesterday.
Yep.
You waste no time.
Oh, we want
Yeah.
to get out of here. I mean, we want to liberate the city.
We want to liberate it and get back to the top side.
Yeah.
You know, we have like a
Over the rock.
we have a pretty busy schedule when we do things.
We do a lot of charity work.
You're brash and impulsive, is what I take from this.
We are
Yeah, pretty much.
calculated.
We're not
Calculated is the opposite of coming to a city that most of you have never set foot in before and instantly deciding to attack one of the highest ranking lieutenants of Shadow Mother Verizara within the city walls. That,
like this
to
or
me,
not?
I would like to tame your fire.
Interesting.
Don't worry, you will get to do plenty of stupidly courageous things. Just that it will be done with some preparation before, instead of rushing heads first into abyssal pits of danger. What were you thinking? To try to kill the Inquisitor of the Wall on your first day in the city?
Well,
I had a shot. I could have done it.
So, like, she took money from us.
Of course, she's corrupt. We already know that.
We want that money back.
Her corruption is beneficial in some ways. She's new, and certainly easier to deal with than her predecessor.
I mean, we almost had her because she just made everything dark.
It matters not. Even if you had succeeded, she would have been replaced within a week. What matters is how we go about taking all of them down.
really.
Or most of them, anyway. Now, I'm certain you've heard a thing or two by now, even though you've only been in the city for 2 days. I reckon you've probably learned a bit, at least, with how productive you seem to have been. The Bastion of Shadows. You've heard of it.
Yes.
It is the key to all of this, to taking down the Shadow Mother and crushing the Sisterhood once and for all. Except nobody knows where it is, or even what it is. The Bastion of Shadows is a closely guarded secret. I don't believe that most of the lieutenants of the Order even know it themselves. They tend to only be able to access and leave the place through teleportation. And such is the way for them to protect its location. There is one person in the city that I suspect to know its actual location. Consort Wiprecht, one of the Shadow Mother's husbands. He has been left here in the city to oversee her other lieutenants. However, the issue is that the man is absolutely paranoid, refuses to leave his quarters in Symposium Hall, keeps it under tight lockdown day and night, only lets the other members, the 4 lieutenants in the city, come visit, and even then it's only done with a dozen or so guards. He is particular about the way he does things, and so he needs to be drawn out. And the only way to do that is if we are able to eliminate all, or at least most, of the lieutenants in a short time span. At that point, after a couple of days, when things start crumbling outside of Symposium Hall, he will need to go outside and steer things up. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Indeed we did.
So where are the other 2 lieutenants?
Well, you're already familiar with the 2 Inquisitors. The remaining 2, one would probably not be as difficult to take care of as the other. The other is Priestess Elisara of the Temple of Umbra. She is, of course, outside of Symposium Hall, which makes her a relatively simple target. Not that many guards, mainly just other priestesses. Now, I think she can be taken care of with relative ease. The 4th of the lieutenants, on the other hand, Mistress Malasin Gorashan. She is the court mage, so to speak, also rarely leaves Symposium Hall. And so we will need to get inside the hall to take her down. She is a strange one. I would be cautious around her.
How come we can't go inside and kill them both when they're both in Symposium Hall?
Have you seen Symposium Hall, young man?
Have I?
It towers above the entire city, pretty much. It's
Yes,
like the whole
yes,
wall.
Of course.
Symposium Hall is considered to be rather impenetrable. Of course, it's not impossible for you to get inside necessarily. Assuming that the gates are open, you could storm the guards and make your way inside. Of course, Symposium Hall itself is the size of a small city. It's something of a wonder of the world. Now, there are a couple of reasons why breaching the consort's private quarters is impossible. As I said, Symposium Hall is considered impenetrable when the gates are shut. That too goes for the consort's quarters that he has claimed for himself. And let me assure you, those gates will most certainly remain shut. As for Mistress Gorashan, of course you will need to get inside to kill her. The issue here, as far as I understand, many of you rely on magic to do your things.
Indeed.
Well, the catalyst is a defense system, a null magic field that encompasses the entirety of Symposium Hall, except for those that are specifically written into it as exceptions. If you were to fight Mistress Gorashan, she would have all her magic at her disposal, while you would have none. Not even any magical trinkets or artifacts that you carry with you would function. And so, you will need to deal with the catalyst before you do anything else. That should be the first priority, to be frank.
Indeed.
However, there are options with the catalyst. The catalyst, as I mentioned, has exceptions. You can reattune it so that it will ignore you, allowing you to continue to cast your magic, while people not included on that list, so to speak, will be disabled. There are other options. You could destroy it in its entirety, or you could reverse it, making everyone previously on the exception list be the only ones targeted by it.
Doesn't matter what thing we do. Is it one
Of
that
course.
is better than the other?
Of course it matters. If you were to write yourselves as exceptions, they would never be able to catch that you had altered it. You would have any time in the world before you return there with your magical capabilities, because they would have no way to know that new people were on the exception list. However, if you were to go and destroy it, maybe they wouldn't realize immediately that other things can use magic that aren't supposed to, but eventually they would find out, so it would be quite limiting in the time you have before they take safety measures against it. Lastly, if you were to reverse the effects entirely, I suspect it would only be a matter of minutes before Mistress Gorashan realizes that her magic is being disabled, which would prompt her to quickly visit the catalyst to restore it to its intentional ways. Perhaps you could bait it out, but here is the thing. And this is the plan we had that went wrong before we even had a chance to execute it. Once one of them falls, you need to be quick. All of them must fall, one after another, because if they have time to realize what is going on, they will warn the others, the information will get around, and it will be too late. They will lock themselves up, increase security tenfold. That is why I think that Inquisitor Shai Galashan is already outside of your reach. Your attempt at her life, albeit noble, will mean that her security has doubled, to say the least. You will need to focus on the other three, hope that it is enough to draw out Concert Virus as it is. Or at least save her for last, because her security is already raised to the maximum.
So, do we need to do this in the same day, then?
In the matter of hours. You cannot give them enough time to figure out that you're coming for the rest of them. They will already be on alert after you and your spectacle at the wall. So, while normally you might have had a full day, now it's a matter of hours. You will need to be quick.
Do you have, like, anything that could help us travel through the city?
I don't know what kind of thing you're thinking of.
Well, I mean, right now we have to walk around invisible because we stick out.
Naturally. I could provide you with cloaks, rudimentary disguises, but it's difficult to give you more than that. We are not, we have very limited means here within the Shades. All we have is our plans.
And what will the rest of the Shades be doing?
Nothing much, really. We don't have capable combatants here after our previous failed attempt only 2 months ago or so. Really, things were looking dire before you showed up. Without Dara, our previous leader of the fighting forces, our little militia, we were bleeding morale rather quickly. I would not have ever given up in these pursuits, but I think we would have lost members. People would lose faith. My people that remain are not the fighting kind. Sure, they are armed, as they would be stupid to walk around without a weapon by their side. But they are not fighters. They would get slaughtered. Even if I sent all 8 of them, they wouldn't stand a chance.
Isn't there something else you can do besides fight,
They gather intel, they mingle with people to the best of their abilities, trying to figure out positions and information, and that is what they will continue to do. They will be on the lookout for Consort Wiprecht and any signs of him leaving his fortress within Symposium Hall. They will be trying their best to keep any unexpected things from happening. Whatever they can do, they will do, but it will not be fighting. If you have any ideas of how they could help you, I'm certain that they would.
Great. If there is money wherever we go, we can keep it.
I wouldn't go emptying Symposium Hall. The government that we intend to install once the Sisterhood is gone will still need resources. I don't intend to bleed the entire city dry. Sisterhood has already done a good enough job with that. But take whatever things that the Inquisitors and the Mistress and the Priestess and even the Consort himself have. It doesn't bother me. If you find anything of value, jewelry and the kind, go ahead and pocket it. Nobody will stop you, aside from the Sisterhood and their guards.
Perfect. Can we tell a shade from a regular person?
Go outside the room and take a look at the people. If your memory doesn't fail you, you should be able to tell our faces apart from the rest. Of course, you won't be seeing me walking around outside, but the others still move. Any other questions?
Well, I think we have most things that we need.
So tomorrow
We attack.
we attack. Third day in. We
I think-
going up.
I think we might. Wait. I think we should maybe have a day to scout or something, so we can make up a good plan.
I would encourage carefulness. Besides, I would like to know the full extent of your plan, the order you intend to take down the lieutenants and such things.
If I can only right now, I think it's the archmage, then the priest, then the other inquisitor, and then the one that we tried before. I think
Very
that's the
well.
order we would go for.
Maybe.
It feels like a natural order.
As I said, if you are trying your hand at revenge with Inquisitor Shai Galshan, there is no pressure to do that in the same time span as the rest, because as I said, she's already protected way more than usual. Will be
Then we will probably skip her.
at least there is no rush. She will be limited in how well she can keep the city together, especially since she is just a glorified border guard anyway.
around.
Her reach within the city proper is limited, to say the least. Start with the other 3. If that's not enough to to draw Consul Virus from his lair, then a revisit will be in order. But save it for last.
Well, just a question here. Do you have any potions, maybe, that we could, like, just laying around or something?
I have spirit. That's about
okay,
it.
Yeah, that will help.
If there's anything you would like us to try to acquire, then perhaps.
Can we sleep here?
Kind of looks around. There isn't exactly much room. But if you insist.
Where else would we sleep?
Well, I did buy another night at the Roper and
Well,
Folk.
Let's go back there then.
Perfect.
Well,
Uh-huh.
do you have any more questions or anything else you wish to talk about?
I just want to double check the name on the mage one because I did Gorashar or something like
Gorashan
that. Gorashan.
or Gorashan. Malison
Well,
Gorashan.
Yeah, and then we have Priestess Elsara from
Yep.
Gorashan, the Court Mage, and I have already the Inquisitor's name, so
Mm-hmm.
good. I just wanted to make a list. And the consort was Virus or
Wirus.
Virus. Okay.
WHYRUS.
Wow.
Why, Bruce?
No.
Why
A noble effort.
is he named like that?
He's probably very sick.
Where are you getting these ideas from, man?
Because when I write down the name, it in my Google Docs document was it to autocorrect it into virus.
Oh my god. Wirus.
Yeah. But
Why?
it was, I know it's virus.
Wirus.
Why so
Yeah, but it wants to
serious?
autocorrect it into virus. It's because it's the closest thing.
Cringe.
Say that to dogs.
Yeah, I am saying it. Well, it's 10 p.m. So as you depart from the little hideout here, we're gonna have to end the session.
Great session.
Yeah, things are starting to move now.
Things are moving.
So that's we're getting somewhere. Maybe just another 15 sessions and you'll be out of here.
We have to have to recon and then go and kill on a killing spree.
Sorta, yeah. It's like a mega dungeon here all of a sudden. So
Yeah, a very separated mega dungeon.
yeah, the entire city is a dungeon. But yeah, that will have to wait until next time. Maybe next week, maybe the week after that, maybe 15 weeks after that if we're really unlucky with the scheduling. No, but we'll be back soon enough, or maybe not soon enough, but we'll be back. And until then, have a good one, everybody.
Peace out.
Bye.
Good.